Hello and welcome to Monday Night Going in Raw. I am Etep and P-double-D right here with you in the Place to Be reviews. And I am joined by a big, robust, veritable cornucopia of talent on the panel this evening. Let's get it started right in the middle. Ryan from Nerdy Blurb TV, welcome back to the show, sir.
What up, what up? Thanks for letting me be here again. You guys are awesome.
Oh, man, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on the far right side, top half. Ladies and gentlemen from the Fandom Collective, Mr. Flipped Out.
1, 2, 3, it's me, Flipp. Look, I can do moves. I can do moves.
Thanks for coming back, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
And on that bottom right-hand corner, he is Big Rig Nik Uttam from WCBS.
Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here every Monday night. Hanging out with you guys, having a good time.
Absolutely. And we have there's new blood on the show this evening. He is making his first appearance of what will probably be many. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Geoff the Iron Wolf to the show.
What's up, everybody? Glad to be here. Thanks, my man. Thanks for having me. It's about time.
And you are a veteran. Is that a what branch was that?
Marine Corps.
Hoorah, sir. My father's a Marine, so thank you very much for your service. I do appreciate it. I grew up with one.
Hey, if anything, I should be thanking all of you. All your tax dollars allowed me to stay 2 years in Hawaii, then another 2 years in England. So, you know, I think I came out ahead on that one.
Damn, yeah.
Done there.
Yeah, you definitely got the upper hand there. That's
You out of your goddamn mind, son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
Oh, that's great.
Hit him early.
Oh, that's good, man.
Let's take a minute to acknowledge the chat right here. We got Keely Chow. I don't know about the pegging tonight, man. I'm sitting on a donut right now. We got who else? Ray's Double Dong up in here. Flair X. Hey, Chris Wicks, thank you for joining us on the other side of the world, man. Flair X. Chris Wicks, don't pocket ban him tonight. The men's room is in the house. What's up? Thank you for joining us, sir. I do believe I owe you an appearance, and if you guys are doing something tomorrow, men's room, hit me up. I am available on Tuesdays. Super fan Adam Shawhan is in the house.
Nothing but love for my boy. Me and him used to do some live streams about Game of Thrones and all that with. So nothing but love, and he was actually at the last Horror Hound.
Yeah, man. That was like I love those shows, and I miss them. This year's been once again dog shit. I haven't been able to leave my house very often. When I do, I have to wear a fucking hazmat suit. So
yeah, pretty much.
I'm not happy.
I almost got into a fight at the grocery store with some woman the other day because I wasn't wearing a mask outside. She walked right in between me and another woman and started cussing me out. And like this lady's like, I'm like, come on, like.
Wait, let's just get off that because we'll be ranting for about 20 minutes.
Yep, I was like, just why? But yeah, I don't want to get it. It was just kind of funny. I was like, you mentioned the hazmat suits, and it's like I was watching Walking Dead the other day, and I'm like, man, or no, it was Lost. You know, when he had the suit on when they're going outside the hatch. The big guy, the big headed dude. I can't remember the actor's name. He's very distinctive looking, but he played the guy in the hatch that Desmond found. Anyway, his hazmat suit was ripped. Just made me think of that. And here I go on a cutaway already. But before I get on too many cutaways, we need to take a trip, guys. And Geoff, I know this is your first time here, so I want you to please keep all hands and objects inside the ride, ladies and gentlemen, as we start this clown car up and put her in 4-wheel drive and head inside Brie Larson.
Hi. Hello. I'm starting a YouTube channel.
Old school music too, man. You just bringing it.
I love that. I love that intro. I love that intro every damn time you play it. It never gets old.
Yeah.
Holy
it
shit.
almost upsets me because I use that song for one of my intros, and then I have Brie Larson's face on yours.
Oh my god!
I was like, what music am I going to put to this to make it palatable? I'm like, and then I heard that damn HBO music. I'm like, dun, dun. I was like, yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. Brie loves me though. So does Brie. They love me. They love me. That'll give me a couple thumbs down. Anyway, so Captain Marvel 2 has a new director, Nina DaCosta.
Oh, shit.
Is her name. She directed a neo-Western called Little Woods, of which I am not very familiar with at all. And also the Candyman reboot, which has yet to be released because of all this BS going on. So Miss DaCosta is taking the helm from Fleck and Bowden, Anna Fleck and Ryan Bowden, who penned a very bland first introduction to the MCU for Cat Pan Mediocre and Cadaver Danvers, respectively. So Nina DaCosta becomes the first Black woman to direct an MCU movie, has a lens into this universe that no other Marvel director has had before, says the article that I sent you guys the link to from, I believe it's the Hollywood Reporter. And this just strikes me as a move where, okay, so everybody knows Brie Larson is divisive as all get out. Like the marketing around the first movie, I did that actually for Is It Woke was Captain Marvel. I did that. And to me, this is them, and I have nothing against Nina DaCosta. I've never seen any of her movies, but I just kind of see this as them. Maybe they're giving her an opportunity, but they're also backhandedly saying we can insulate the movie from criticism this way too. That's just the kind of way I see it. Knowing the way Marvel is going with a lot of their projects in this phase, as I kind of see it as an insulation move for them to try to shield it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and also, I think this is the fourth director they've tried to get for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fourth one they tried to get. So they're like, oh yeah, we'll go with a Black woman, and we'll insulate ourselves. But what they don't know is that she has no experience, regardless of who she is, what color she is. She has no experience. I don't care ethnicity, whatever that bullshit. No experience, and we'll see that because we had that with the woman who did the same Black female director who did A Wrinkle in Time, and she messed that up. But she had a lack of experience as well.
Ava DuVernay,
yeah.
Well, Nick, this is my take, and I'm going to quote Tommy Lee Jones. I don't care. I seriously don't.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick, you're just saying that, we barely know nothing about her. She has really no qualifications. You're having her helm a big movie. And according to some other articles, this is going to be kind of like a Captain America Civil War, where it's going to be another mini team-up movie.
Yep.
And you're having a woman with no experience try to helm this? She better hit the ground running and, be just this hidden talent and gem we've never heard of. Otherwise, it's going to be train wreck.
Yeah, this whole article is littered with moments where they say they have a commitment to inclusivity.
Yep.
And I mean, me personally, if I were one of the people they're talking about, whatever race, female or not, I'd be a little bit insulted by that.
Because that's what you're boiling me down to when it came to selecting me for this job, is that not my body of work. Ryan, you wanted to say something, man? Go ahead.
I agree.
Well said.
Okay, but no, seriously, that you're right, Flipp. That's what they're doing. And it's like I mean, me being an Egyptian and all, I don't know. I mean, we built the pyramids and all.
Hey, I'm Lebanese.
No, really though, it is. It's like, yeah, you're basically just boiling. That's you're telling me that's what you made this pick based on. And then, like you said, they've tried to get 3 or 4 other directors. So it's like, so wait, I wasn't even the top pick.
Wasn't your first choice? I was
You're
that.
like the 4th or 5th. And by the way, I gotta say, shout out to Lady Tariel. Nothing but love.
Oh, hey, hello, Lady Tariel. I see you in the chat there. I had my cursor was over the comment, so I couldn't see it. Hola, hello. I see she commented on my video. Thank you for commenting on the video. I do appreciate it. The video I made today, literally nobody watched. That's fine though. It wasn't that good. I wasn't really happy with it. I wasn't. I was like, I mean, it was like okay, but I mean, I was like, whatever. It is what it is.
Your videos have more polish than mine. I'm usually sitting in a truck. I use Power Director on my phone. I record. I basically just do a hot mic on my headset and just record and go while I'm driving, because it's like making a phone call. I got nothing better to do.
Yep.
And I do a couple of quick pictures. I do a couple of quick edits, and I just upload.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, this is like this, yeah, and like for Marvel to be like we're inclusive, but yet you know, she's your fourth pick. She's like the fourth string, quarterback. You're picking off the bench. Like, what is wrong with you? Also, for this, like they keep trying to insulate this movie only Captain Marvel. It's the weirdest thing because we all know and can look at the stats of the comic books and see like they've never sold or they've sold poorly. Even then, being on the WCBS podcast and dealing with their Twitter and everything, during when that movie came out, we got several pictures of people who went to go see the movie on like the opening weekend where the theater was empty or very, had a handful of people in it. And it's like, how does this movie make $1 billion when this, you have this kind of showing for it? I remember
the only way that this movie even made the money it did, it was sitting in between Infinity War and Endgame. Had this movie not been there, this movie may have cracked like 500 or 600 million, maybe.
Yep. It was a 5 out of 10 popcorn flick. That was it to me. Like when I watched it, there wasn't really anything outside of like Samuel Jackson and the cat that was like entertaining me. Ben Mendelsohn, I'm sorry. Ben Mendelsohn he's good.
Ben Mendelsohn.
Yes, he's always on point. But like as far as like you can take Brie Larson out of the movie completely and just look at the movie and its body of work, and it's just kind of it's there. It's one you watch and you forget about. That's how I looked at it.
We all know Brie Larson can act because she got a damn Oscar. If you saw the movie, she got the Oscar. She can act.
Listen. Well, also the Oscars are the whole thing about the Oscars is they're kind of skewed as well, so we can't trust the Oscars either. We can't just
understatement of the week.
Normally I would agree, but for the movie she got the Oscar for, she actually did a pretty good job.
She did great.
Was it Basmati Blues? Because I saw that and that was horrible.
It was
no, it wasn't Basmati Blues. The movie's been out for a few years, but
okay.
And answer Leo Red, no, there's a thunderstorm going on right now. There's a big arc of lightning like really outside my window, and I literally a bolt of thunderclap like 2 seconds later.
Captain Marvel is the best of the MCU films. Leo Red, I love you, but we're gonna fight with sticks. We're gonna fight with sticks, bro.
Oh man, that's hard. But and the thing is, I actually, full disclosure, I still haven't sat down and watched it. I just have no desire to because I'm sorry, I'm a bigger fan of the Marvel Comics first Civil War run where it was Miss Marvel, and it wasn't because of her outfit, it's because she actually had a personality.
I've read the black outfit, red sash, like that Carol Danvers. I've read that Miss Marvel run. It was good.
I mean, it wasn't the most mind-blowing thing ever.
No, but it wasn't terrible. That was it. It was like it was passable comic. It was, like I said, it wasn't horrible. I've read worse.
Or there was the Mighty Avengers right after the first Civil War where Tony Stark turns into that version of Ultron that's a woman, where she has to lead the Avengers, and she actually did a pretty good job.
Yeah, but I just hated how we kept being told this movie was important to the MCU. We had to watch it. We had to go support it. And I mean, the movie that came before or after Ant-Man Part 2 was way more significant to the whole movie than this was. Like,
Ant-Man 2, absolutely, because the entire hook for Endgame was set up in Ant-Man 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so here I have got it in front of me. So Ant-Man 2, while you guys were talking about the money in Captain Marvel, I thought it was interesting because the points you made was the fact that it came in between, but so did Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that only made 400,000 or 400 million internationally and 216 million domestically, which comparing those numbers is kind of abysmal.
But you also wonder how ham they went on the marketing for Ant-Man and the Wasp versus Captain Marvel.
And both of those, in my opinion, did nothing for those movies. I think those movies did more for what's going to come later, which I like that about Captain Marvel. I didn't like Ant-Man and the Wasp. In fact, I like Captain Marvel way more than I liked Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is...
I am going to fight you. I swear to God.
That's fine.
It's okay, man. Hey, that's all right. That's all right, dude.
Now, Captain Marvel was not that good either.
Didn't Marvel actually buy tickets to their own movie?
And that's the thing is like I'd like to hear Ryan, I want to hear like the why you like I want to hear why, because no, absolutely, man, you go ahead and make your point. I want to hear your side of that.
So my opinion, my theory is that just like Avatar, Cameron, and just like Endgame, they both bought out theaters so they could boost their numbers to make the $1 billion club. And we were seeing that all the time with Captain Marvel. And I really think that they went to town on that so that not only could it make the $1 billion club, I think it may have pushed it over the line because people did want to see it. But I also think that they were pushing it hardcore to be the first, I don't know, female Marvel whatever. And I think
the first female-led Marvel movie. But the thing
yeah. And so like,
given this Black Widow movie 3 years ago, they could have packed the theaters, probably made $1 billion, and it wouldn't have been very hard.
I would have been down with a Wasp movie by herself. You know, I like her way more than Captain Marvel. And that says a lot because I like her comic books. And a lot of people were telling me, like, oh, you must be so excited. I'm like, no, I'm way more excited for the Skrulls, which I still believe have something to do with the universe. And that's what I'm excited about. But other than that, Captain Marvel was very forgettable, in my opinion. But I really think that Disney just boosted their numbers by buying out theaters.
Agreed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
they did.
Also, one other thing I'm going to say, Captain Marvel, she was miscast. I still say Katie Sackhoff, Galactica fame, would have been 10 times better.
110%.
I love Katie Sackhoff too. Yeah. She's a badass, and that's the thing is like she's very relatable and down to earth. Like that's the kind of vibe I get from her. Whereas like you don't get that, you don't get that from Brie Larson. You get that different kind of vibe from her. But
fun fact: before Stan Lee died, when they were talking about Captain Marvel, he recommended Katie Sackhoff.
Oh my god!
He wanted Sackhoff for Captain Marvel.
What a miss!
I mean, like when I think an actual physically strong female character who can hold her own and do her own shit and like has the stance and the whole look for it. Katie Sackhoff is it was the one that I was thinking of as well, because I remember when it came off that Brie Larson was going to do it, and I was like, who the hell is that? And I was like, oh yeah, she's done these handful of things over the years.
She's in Battlestar Galactica. That's like already in the fandom,
Oh, exactly. Yeah. 100%. And I mean,
she
like
was the gender flip Starbuck. I mean,
yeah, exactly. And I mean, people still liked it.
Well, and the other big name that I heard that also later after the fact that they wanted to replace her with was Catherine Winnick of Vikings. She played Lagatha, the badass Viking chick. I see her also.
Catherine Winnick, I wouldn't have complained about seeing Catherine Winnick. I mean, I don't even care if she can talk at this point. She could just sign, whatever. But no, really, Katie Sackhoff would have been a great choice for that. And who was it? Boss Logic just did a mock-up of Charlize Theron as Captain Marvel.
Oh shit, that's another one. Yeah,
and she looked.
Charlize Theron kind of gets overused these days.
She does. I agree with that statement.
She does. The picture just looked badass. I mean, I can't say I would have wanted to see her in the role, but it just kind of was a badass picture. It was like kind of like when seeing Alison Brie as She-Hulk. Like I thought she looked good, but I was like, I didn't really want to see her get cast as She-Hulk, and she did. So
I'm
down with that. I'm down with it. That means that it's going to be funny.
I don't mind her. That's the thing. I like Alison Brie because I loved her on Community. Yeah. I was just like
100%. Yeah.
But Dana Schwartz writing on that show, it makes me nervous. But are we done inside Brie Larson? Can we get out of here?
Yeah, let's get that back. Yeah.
All right, hang on.
Starting to smell funny. I don't like it.
We're getting out of here.
Hi. Hello. I'm starting a YouTube channel.
All right, everybody's safe. We're good, right? We're good. That's it. We had to go inside her. You know why?
Because that's what heroes do.
I'm gonna go hose myself off and cry in the corner now.
Disgusting.
Nick, she's just gonna throw piles of money at you when she gets home for making Bismarcky Blues 5, and you're gonna be like, "Whatever, babe, it's all right." Just please. I can just see her being like Michael Scott on Diwali, though. I could just see that. I can just see that fucking going terribly awry.
Oh my god!
She dressed like a goddamn cheerleader or something like Carol did, and all.
Sorry, Brie Larson is just not my type.
No,
Oh my god, that's
No.
yeah, that's hilarious. That'd be funny as shit.
this is the shit that goes on inside my head. I don't know.
Oh god.
So
I don't think I want to be in your head, bruh.
no, it's a fucking hot mess in there. It's scary. It's scary. So while we're talking about Captain Marvel, I think it's time to play the race swap the role game. So tonight's role will be race swapping. Will be Captain Marvel herself, Brie Larson. She wanted diversity. Well, guess what? We'll give it to her by recasting her role and making the character likable by shifting it to the most popular iteration of the character, Monica Rambeau. Yes, the 80s version that was part of the Avengers team. So tell me, panel, who would be your choice for Monica Rambeau if she was to be Captain Marvel right now?
Definitely not the one from Captain Marvel. We do not want her.
Lashana Lynch.
Yeah, don't want her.
Because it would be, I believe the daughter is, that's Maria, and the daughter's Monica. The daughter now being portrayed in WandaVision by Teyana Paris, who was in DaCosta's movie. Which one was it? The Little Woods. I believe she was in that. And Teyana Paris is also in, I believe it was Dear White People. That's only the two things that I know her from, are those two movies. But so she's playing the older Rambeau now in the WandaVision show. But so who you got?
Ooh,
I've got a couple.
Let's see. I got Priyanka Chopra as my Captain Marvel.
Can you spell that?
Here,
Do you have a screen share for
I'll
us?
put it in the chat. Hold
Put
on.
it in the chat.
There we go. Hold on. I'll do one of these. There we go.
All right, let's see here. All right, we'll enter this for the chat's consideration here. I will. This better not be porn.
We have this great new tech. Oh yeah, I could see her as Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Let me get the screen share up here. All right, and this is her right here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bad.
she looks like, I don't know. It's like a mixture of, goddamn, almost. What is the girl from that 70s show? Mila Kunis and God. It's like almost like Mila Kunis and Selma Hayek.
Had a baby.
Jesus, I'm fucking just intoxicated right now. Anyway, all right.
I'm feeling visions forever. Oh god, I can't remember her name for the life of me, but the chick that played Duwala on Battlestar Galactica, I could see her pulling it off. She was the communications officer on the bridge all the time, married to Leah Dama. Ended up blowing her head off. Can't remember the actress' name for the life of me.
Hang on, I'll look it up. What was her name?
Duwala?
Oh, here we go. Okay, Duwala, Battlestar Galactica.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, here we'll get a share here. And this would be the young lady right here.
Yeah, I can see.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the uniform, it looks natural on her. Honestly, you see her in a uniform, and you know what I mean? Yeah, I can see that one.
Presence.
Yep. Honestly, as much as I hated reviewing Batwoman, the new Javicia Leslie that's playing Batwoman, I'm like, at least she's going to be hot. I jokingly was like, I love Ruby Rose. And people took that shit way too seriously. But would I smash? Fuck yeah, I would. It's Ruby Rose. Why not?
Hey,
but
I liked her in the second John Wick.
I've never seen any of the John Wick movies.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
I've never seen any of them.
Check them out. But
I need to watch them.
She was actually really good in the second John Wick, and in the
she was good in the Meg.
And the third Triple X, she played the female sniper, and she was really good at that.
Shit, I never saw the third one.
Yeah.
All right. So who else?
It wasn't the best thing ever, but it wasn't absolutely terrible either.
Okay. Who else got one? What do you got?
Come on, Flipp. What you got?
What you got, Flipp?
I got Nia Long or Amandla Stenberg.
Nia Long.
Mhm.
I've been had a crush on Nia Long since 1995. I saw her on Friday, I think. Actually, wait, no, she was in Boys in the Hood. It was earlier than that.
Boys of the Hood. And then also Amanda Stenberg. You might need to pull her up.
Amanda, let's see.
I couldn't decide.
Angela Stenberg. Let's see.
Maybe.
Yeah, she could if she's going for the younger one. Yeah. Yep. I can see that.
Yeah, I could see that.
I can see that younger, but not the older one.
No, that would be like the younger. If they went with like the teen to like early 20s iteration of it, probably.
Yeah,
I could see
that's
that.
what I was thinking. I was thinking she kind of reminds me of the kid, you know?
Mhm.
Grows up a little.
The kid grows up a bit.
Yeah, I can see that one. What do you got, Ryan? You got one?
Okay, so I've said her name I think twice on your show, but friggin', let's see. Let me get the right spelling. But the chick from Fast and Furious.
Oh, Michelle Rodriguez.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh yeah. Oh. I'm watching Lost again, and she just died on Lost. It's that arc where she gets killed on Lost. Yeah, she's another one. It's like, yep, I like you a lot. You could punch me in the face and probably give me the best sex ever in the same fucking 5 minutes. I'd take it. You know, like I like a woman like that.
I feel like she is due to be in one of the universes, DC or Marvel.
I'm surprised she hasn't.
Yeah, I know.
What they put her in as. It didn't have to be the right pick because he can't just throw her in. Like, but you know what? Just to expand her range, and this is gonna sound nuts. I'd like to see her take a crack at Catwoman, but like the classic, you know, like the Batwoman from Catwoman from like Arkham Knights and that kind of stuff. I'd love to see her take on it.
I could see that. That'd be kind of, I could see that. That'd be kind of cool. Mine's a little less inspired and more based on she's not in the DC universe anymore, but I'm going into the Arrowverse, and I know everybody's going to cringe right now when I say Candace Patton, formerly Iris West.
I could see her.
I like her. I like Candace Patton. I don't think she's a terrible actress.
Better. Flash would still be awesome, but it's like season 2 hit and the writing just went off a cliff.
Oh yeah, I quit watching after like season 4. It just hurt too much. I couldn't do it.
The first season of The Flash was amazing.
It was fun. I really loved it. Like I think I bought season 1 through 3 because my kid loves it too. We used to watch it together. And after season 4,
like when Arrow hit season 5, Flash hit season 3, and Legends was going in like season 2, it just went.
Yeah,
I didn't even watch Crisis on Infinite Earth. I couldn't even bring myself to do it.
Yeah, same here, and I'm really bummed actually because it took all the energy out of me.
I mean, the first crossover that they did, I think they had Hawkgirl in it. That was fun.
I watched the Batwoman episode of Crisis this year where she killed Kevin Conroy, you know, the Kingdom Come Batman. I was like, oh, what the hell? Like he like throws Supergirl and Batwoman like lightly kicks him and he like bumps into something and electrocutes himself and he's dead. I'm like, are you? He was like, you were always the Bat of the future. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, really?
Yeah, I saw a couple clips with someone putting back on the super suit, and he actually looked pretty good. You know what I'm talking about? The one from Superman Returns, Brandon Routh.
Brandon Routh, yeah. He didn't look bad. He didn't look bad, man. What's your name?
Superman.
I'm
if they had a better script, that probably would have been a really good Superman. They probably would have made more of them. It's just it fell apart after about the second act.
Oh yeah. I feel bad for the guy. I've seen him in a bunch of things here and there. It's weird though because it seems like that was the peak of his career, and then he's not really done a lot since. But you know,
when they brought him in to be Atom, it was like he found his niche.
Okay, that's good to know.
Arrowverse as the Atom, and then they just kind of like forgot about him.
I know. I was so bummed about that because I thought he did really well, and I kept thinking that's Superman, but like it's hard for me to differentiate because he's like doing so well as Atom, and then they just fizzled him out
just because he was allowed to go full geek. I mean, his first season and a half in Legends, where he gets to go full geek mode, it was just great. I loved it every time, you'd see him, like when they had a Steven Spielberg episode where he completely geeks out. Oh, that was so awesome. Tell me you were just like, oh, I totally feel this guy. I just feel him.
See, that's the thing, man. It's like even these CW shows, it's like they get like one little casting thing right, and it can hit you like that. So it's hard to judge, like, because like I said, The Flash was great for one season. It had Arrow was like, for me, I didn't watch it all the way through. It was hit or miss, Batwoman was like, I might as well have been sticking my head through like a cheese grater every week and like hitting myself in the balls with like a meat tenderizer at the same time.
But from what I've heard, though, the newest one, Stargirl, actually did decently.
Yes,
I've heard.
And this is the problem I have with Stargirl is Geoff Johns created Stargirl, and Geoff Johns and what's his name, that was Berg guy, are behind getting Snyder ousted from Justice League because they wanted to bring in Whedon. They wanted that Matt Reeves pretty boy Batman. They wanted Batfleck out. So pushing Snyder out was in their best interest. So I really have a hard time celebrating anything that Geoff Johns does.
Well, how did you feel about Aquaman?
I know. Trust me, that was because he was behind Aquaman and Shazam.
Yeah, that's like all him.
I know.
That's always
been
his style.
I know, and I loved Aquaman, and that was it made it so it's like, it's such it's a kick-ass movie, but at the same time, it's like, oh, you son of a bitch, because
even
though the story for Shazam was kind of all over the place, I still liked it.
It was a fun movie. Shazam was fun. I like
Zachary Levi. It's the best one in the universe.
I can see if you look at it from, absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
It is not. I don't know. I mean, it sets up a good sequel too. Like I said, Black Adam's going to tie into that. That'll be fun.
Oh, I can't wait to see The Rock as Black Adam.
No, I'm so excited to see The Rock.
That would be
movie.
Yeah, that would be the thing that I think would bring DC up to Marvel's level, or at least to a recognizable thing where people want to go watch it. If The Rock comes in as Black Adam, which I don't know, once again, I don't know a lot about comic book heroes and things like that. I just know the name, so I have no idea what it would be. But from what my comic book friends, the other guys on the podcast tell me, it's a good thing that he's going to be Black Adam. It'll work.
Evil shit.
Well, the thing is that this was all The Rock's idea to begin with. Like, he's been pushing for a Shazam movie for decades, like forever. Like, he loved that when he was growing up.
That's awesome.
And so for him to play Black Adam is a big deal.
Oh,
like,
for him, he is like,
it's perfect.
When they announced him, he literally was like,
yeah.
And that's what's so awesome about him is like he's a big kid. Like he's gonna bring it to that role, and it's gonna be like the same. I guarantee you, he's gonna act in that movie with the same energy he wrestled with, and he will.
About DC, they need to stay away from the Marvel formula. They need to do their own thing. They've been kind of doing that with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam. They need to stay on that trajectory.
Yep.
And they will do something completely awesome.
But that's the thing, though. Like, I'm torn because for them to reach out for Whedon, who did the Avengers, the first two Avengers.
Yep.
That to me, even as a fan, even as an outsider looking in, that's like, oh, you're just trying to recreate something that has already worked rather than being yourself. And that's why I'm like on the fence, because sure, Shazam makes sense. You need to have that tone with Shazam, and I thought it worked really well with Aquaman. But like, you can't. Wonder Woman's going to be really interesting to see.
Wonder Woman's going to be your make or break for
exactly, because if they go full on how they did with Shazam and Aquaman, it could probably not work. Because it's like a story that we've seen so many times, a fish out of water, like in a different time, so on and so forth. We've seen it so many times. So how are they going to do it?
It's not the fact that they're kind of flipping the role with Wonder Woman and what's the
forgettable character? Yeah,
forgettable love interest number 10.
Yeah, Chris Pine, right? Chris Pine.
Yeah, Steve Trevor.
There it is.
Steve Trevor. There we go. I just couldn't get the name, but
I love how
kind of doing a role reversal where he's the fish out of water and she actually is acclimated to the 1980s.
Yep.
I like
that much different though. I mean, it's kind of what we did with Thor already.
I like what they're doing with the Wonder Woman. I watched a making of or something the other day. Maybe it was one of you guys' videos. Hell, I don't remember. But I like how it's based on like she wishes him to be alive and she has to trade her immortality.
What's the monkey paw thing?
Yeah.
That's the MacGuffin in this one, is that whole monkey paw gimmick, and that's where the Maxwell Lord tie-in comes, and it's I think like you said, Geoff, is going to be a make or break for them. I'm still cautiously optimistic, even knowing all the spoilers that have kind of dropped already.
But the thing is, the spoilers have just made you more hyped, especially when they when they drop the gold armor and she's in that. I was like,
yes. Yeah, dude. When she put that, when I saw that scene with the gold armor, I'm like, oh, okay, this is I like this.
Even if the story makes almost no sense, as long as they hit certain beats, I'll still be a happy camper.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it can work. I think it will work pretty good.
And can we acknowledge that Kristen Wiig is probably going to be pretty dope as Cheetah? I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm a Kristen Wiig fan. Like, I know Ghostbusters and all that shit gets all the hate in the world, and very well deserved. It's a shite movie, but I will say that I do like Kristen Wiig, and in every other Paul Feig movie she's been in, she has been good. It's just that Ghostbusters was a horrible fit for Paul Feig, who does not.
The thing is, though, she looks good in this role.
She does. She fits it.
The before and after that you see her, it's just like, holy crap! It's like almost two different women are playing, and that's that's a great quality in an actress.
Absolutely. Although that is a really big hang up for me too, because she is always, and always will be forever known as a comedic actress.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that she's only that. I'm just saying that that's like her thing. And if you see her in that just tells me that they're going to try kind of like what they did with Thor and how they flipped his character. And it worked with Ragnarok, but it didn't work with Dark World. Way too serious. And that's how I feel like she was Wonder Woman. Her movie was in the first one. And it makes me scared for the next one, because it looks like they're doing all of those same things that have already been done in Marvel, by the way, which I don't like how they're trying to recreate stuff. So I want it to work.
Oh, I do too.
I'm wary.
Yeah, definitely. And I hope, I hope DC's gotten their head of their ass and is trying not to be Marvel, try to do their own thing, because I thought the origin story with Aquaman was wonderful and fresh, and it wasn't the typical origin story where it was like, in a world, a kid in the water can swim. Like, I don't care for that. They did it where he's an adult and he went to the bar and he's taking selfies, he's drinking crazy amounts of beer, and it's Jason Momoa. It's a funny dude. Really.
That movie should have come out before Justice League. Hell, should have come out before Batman.
I agree. Right? I agree. Yeah. I agree. But like, just the way they did the origin story where he was like having to go back and like he'd have these little flashbacks of being a kid and growing up and doing the fight stuff. Like, I really enjoyed that origin story because it was different from all of the other typical hero origin stories.
Yeah.
And one thing that I loved was his fight/non-fight with the big monster that was guarding the Trident.
Oh, yes.
You're expecting a big knockdown fight, and then he basically talks the monster down and and uses the power that everybody has mocked for God knows how long, since like the original Justice Friends and all that. Where he's talking fish, and it's that power that gets him out of the jam.
I thought that was awesome.
Nick brought up a thing a minute ago that if DC could be brought up to that level of Marvel, and it kind of stuck with me for a minute. I was just wondering about you guys. Well, we've got the Snyder cut they're working on. Since we're on DC for a minute, I just want to bring this up.
Yeah.
If they do well with that, and it ends up being just a huge thing, I mean, they're gonna stretch it out. It's going to be, like almost like a mini series, right?
Yeah.
So, does that help? And does or do they continue making these Aquaman and Wonder Woman movies and still need Batfleck back?
That's interesting. I think two things can happen. One, it's just one of those, hey, you wanted it, you got it, here you go, now shut up, we're going back to our thing. Two, it throws DC completely into a tailspin and they don't know which way to go, and it makes them directionless. It basically rips the rudder off, and now they have no idea what course to chart, because people love Aquaman and Wonder Woman and will probably like Wonder Woman 84 and Shazam, but they also really connected with the Snyder cut. So what do you do?
Yeah, and I mean, I think the Snyder Cut is also a dangerous thing because because people got onto HBO Max because they heard they're getting the Snyder Cut, which is good because they're giving them money, whatever. But it's also really a weird thing because if studios see positive income and positive feedback from this, then you're gonna have these. You might have a lot of these things where like the movie comes out in theaters, like, oh, we have 4 cuts of it on like Blu-ray, and if you want to buy all of them, it's gonna be like $50.
Well, that's just like, there's 20 different cuts of the original Blade Runner.
Yeah.
You're going to start seeing movies like that, and it's like, I don't need all these damn cuts.
Well,
Maybe
now
directors, and that's it.
That's different, though. I mean, we're talking about the Snyder Cut where it was a bunch of fanboys saying, give us what we want, rather than friggin' Blade Runner. It was like the studio didn't allow me to do this. I mean, if Lucas actually had the rights to Star Wars the way that he wanted it to, there would have been way more cuts of that as well. Like, we got crappy cuts of that, but that's only because of CGI stuff. There was supposed to be way more story with Star Wars, and it probably could have been great. It could have been awful. Doesn't change the fact that happens all the time. The only thing that's different with this is that their heads are getting way too big, and now they're starting to call for a David Ayer cut for the freaking
Suicide Squad. That doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it's one of those things where it's like that power has to be balanced because we saw it win with Sonic. Like, Sonic came out and was better. I actually watched the movie and I thought it was
great. I went to see it
great movie. Great movie.
That was fun.
The fandom also brought back The Expanse.
Oh Jesus, dude! Don't! I fucking love that show. Oh my god. Man.
The Expanse. I watched the first 3 seasons, and I'm like, babe, you need to sit down and you need to watch this. 10 minutes of the first episode, she's like, how mmany seasons we got? I got 4. She's like, let's roll.
Yeah, I've watched all 4 seasons probably 5 times since this whole quarantine has happened because I love that show so much. I've even read the comics. I've read the books. Like, I'm deep in.
So I need to check that one out.
I change it for The Expanse before we get back to your point, and we need to get back to them. But The Expanse is so good for me because I have never seen a sci-fi show that realistic, especially when it comes to space flight. There have been maybe 2 shows that come close. That would be Space Above and Beyond and Babylon 5 with the physics, floating space, how they flip ships, having to accelerate and decelerate. You just don't see that.
Yeah.
In most sci-fi, it's refreshing how realistic they are.
Yeah, but I mean, well, that show suffered because it was on Sci-Fi, and Sci-Fi screwed themselves because of doing
Amazon was like, we know a sure thing when we see it, and Amazon is rolling in the money.
Yeah, definitely.
Has more than made up for the shortfalls of like Star Trek by leaps and bounds.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Did anyone see the Lower Deck?
I have not.
Oh my god!
Really do it.
That's I'm such a huge Trekkie.
Yes, for that trash show.
It looks like Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's kind of irreverent, just like that.
Well, they actually got one of the guys for Rick and Morty to come do the show.
Okay. Because I was like,
I watched Nerdrotic's review on it, and I watched Nerdrotic's, Mecha Random, and Anti-Trekker. Anti-Trekker said there was good things and there was bad things. He kind of gave it somewhat of a passing grade around, I think, a 6. But Mecha hated it, and Nerdrotic's couldn't scare it.
Yeah, Gary. I watched Gary's. He shredded it.
I think it's great. I just think it's cool that the Star Trek universe is finally. It's kind of like when the Orville came out, and it's like pseudo in the Star Trek realm. This Orville is like
Star Trek, and that's pathetic.
I know that's a see. I've watched like a couple episodes of the Orville. I'm not a Trekkie. I preface this by saying I am not. I've seen the movies from the 80s with Shatner. I watched a little bit of the Next Generation as a kid. I've seen a lot of that. I've not seen any of the new Abrams movies. I watched one episode of Star Trek Discovery, and that was enough for me. I saw the one that the CBS All Access put out for free, and I'm like, oh, so I was like, Sonequa Martin Green, I'm sure you're a lovely person, but my God, you act in this exactly like you did in The Walking Dead. I'm like, okay, I'm out.
The thing, I saw the first 2 episodes and was like, there's no way I'm watching this dumpster fire. I cannot stand the character of Burnham. She defends every.
I was just like, yeah, I'm like, she was just kind of off-putting. And then they got into the other Spock guy, which is like or supposed to be like her brother. I can't remember how they did that whole
Spock guy. It is Spock.
How they did that whole thing. I'm like, that was supposed to be regular. That was supposed to be like prime.
That is Spock.
That is prime Spock. Okay.
And I'm just like, Spock didn't have a freaking stepsister. No.
I was like,
Have you guys seen the Foundation trailer? The Isaac Asimov series is coming to Apple.
No.
It's very
It's called
Doom-like.
Foundations.
Wait, Isaac Asimov. That's some heavy shit.
Seriously, I think it was just an Apple early release thing, but I just thought I'd bring it up in case you guys saw it. But I saw it the other night. I was completely blown away. It looks very Dune-like, actually.
Well, yeah, it does. I'm looking at some pictures right now. Wow.
Oh, Keely Chow. There needs to be a Batfleck movie based on Arkham Origins. That could be interesting.
I like Batfleck, man. I'm a Ben Affleck fan as Batman.
He's a better Bruce Wayne than he is a Batman. The only person who has ever pulled off the persona of Batman and Bruce Wayne at the same time has been Christian Bale. I mean, Michael Keaton was a terrible Bruce Wayne, but he was a fantastic Batman.
See, I'm like a Keaton because like I went to the theater to see that at 9 years old. I am always going to be like outside of Adam West, like I'm a Michael Keaton guy, and then I like Bale. I like Bale. I mean, it's a great trilogy, it really is. But I'm more of I like Affleck more as Bruce Wayne and Batman than I did.
I didn't see Affleck's. Batfleck did a really good job as Batman near the end of his career. Like, starting to get too old. The whole line of I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
That was kind of Affleck's Batman. Which was good. But
Which brings it back around to what I was saying. Like, if they want it to go the distance and be like Marvel, the DC universe, wouldn't they, if they keep doing these movies, wouldn't they want to have a where they bring Batman back and the guy, Henry Cavill and Batfleck, and don't they
want to see
a
Reeves style story for Henry Cavill? I think that would be amazing.
That would be cool.
Cavill's a great Superman.
Oh, he is.
He is.
The writing's terrible.
No, he is. He really is.
Yeah. He's like obviously, we grew up with the Donner, and we're all pretty much in the same age range here, I think. We grew up with the Donner Superman.
Yeah.
But like Cavill he has that, he's got that it factor to play Superman. He really does. And it's like
Christopher Reeves did. I mean, you see Christopher Reeves and you can believe that Superman.
Yep.
And if Henry Cavill just had a better script, I think he could surpass Christopher Reeves.
I didn't mind Man of Steel. I'm not going to lie. I didn't mind Man of Steel. I thought it was a good movie. I like it.
I did and I didn't like it. Like when he's sitting there yelling at his father right before his father dies, and I'm just sitting there going, what? No. That's not Superman. That's not Clark Kent. He would not yell at his father like that.
That was
true.
That movie's fun, but once again, it was like an origin story movie of Superman. Superman, Spider-Man, Batman. We don't need any more origin movies. We don't even need a touch of it. We don't need to see the parents. We don't need to see the Batcave. We don't see Uncle Ben die. We don't need to see any of that stuff. Skip all of that and just
I was gonna say, please no more Uncle Ben.
Yeah, like give us just give us the movies. We everybody knows those origin stories. They've been swimming around for years.
Into the Spider-Verse. Most people hate Miles Morales, but we didn't mind seeing his origin.
No, I like that movie. I really like
origin. You got to
like Miles Morales.
I liked that movie a lot. I've seen it probably
best Spider-Man movie ever.
I've seen that movie probably. I'm not gonna lie. I've probably seen that movie 15 times because like me and my kid love that movie. Man.
Good movie.
You got to see Spider-Man in its heyday before that Spider-Man got killed, and then you see an older Peter Parker who's got the beer gut and everything. Like this is great.
That movie was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for sure.
Yep.
I hope they do another one because that was great.
And that's the thing is they're talking about introducing Miles now into and I could see them doing that on the Sony side, and then eventually crossing him over.
The thing is, Spider-Man and Marvel, I don't call him Spider-Man, I call him Iron Boy. Just have Spider-Man
That's what I don't like. And I like Tom Holland. Okay, I used to go.
He'd be a great Peter Parker if he wasn't Iron Boy. Just let him be Spider-Man.
Yes. See, I will always be a Tobey Maguire. I will always be a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 to me still the best superhero movie probably ever fucking made. It goes for me Spider-Man 2, Infinity War, and then Iron Man. Those are my 3 right there.
If I had my top 3, it would be Spider-Man 2, Blade, the first one, and then probably Infinity War.
Those are the ones like they're like I've watched Infinity War. I don't know, God, how many times? It was just on TNT the other day. I own it on Blu-ray, and I'm just like, oh, fuck it, I'll watch it. It's on. You know, I do. I really like the Morales character. It brings something fresh to the role, and it's this whole debate of, oh, well, we need to make Peter Parker this. Well, no, you can make other Spider characters, and they get over as popular. Look at how popular Miles Morales is with the kids.
I would like to see Spider-Man 2099 made into a film.
That's another thing. Sony was working on that at one point. That was I believe that was one of the canceled projects they had. That one, like Silver and Black.
I really liked was the Spider-Man Noir series. Oh my God, the Spider Guy. Tell me who would not like to see a Frank Miller style.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, dude, that'd be awesome.
This is what I think they should do. They should come out with some sort of series for like each one of those Spider-Men that we saw, and just do like a 3-episode series for each of them, and do a season, and then tie it into like the next movie that's coming into the Spider-Verse. I think that would be brilliant.
No, right. Now, I'm talking like a straight up rated R Frank.
No, I know. I'm down for that because I love that book. That book is awesome.
Yeah,
that would be sick to see Spider. Because I remember playing. It was the Shattered Dimension Spider-Man game where you played a Noir, Ultimate Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, and one more, and you go across universes playing each. And every time I played Noir Spider-Man, I'm just like, this is so much fun.
So while we're on the topic of all this, and we're talking about multiverse and all that, so also since we're going to talk some Marvel, why the hell not talk a little bit about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Now, this movie, initially when I was hearing horror, I'm like, okay, you had my interest, now you have my attention. Then Kevin Feige, of course, kicks it back to, well, it's going to be, and now Sam Raimi comes in, okay, because Derrickson left, Raimi comes in, which. Okay, so we know what Sam Raimi can fucking do. I mean, we know what Raimi can do. Yeah. Now, this is the thing: how much of the reins is Feige gonna let off? I
don't know.
That's the problem.
I was hoping for the horror film, especially when they said Scarlet Witch was gonna be in it also.
Yes.
Oh, I'm like, you had me at Doctor Strange horror and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
You had me right there. I needed to know no more.
Scarlet Witch is my girl, man. That is.
Oh, when she beat the crap out of Thanos.
Yes, dude.
Yeah. Tell me that wasn't the greatest woman power moment where you're just like, yeah.
Dude, they had that, and then you had that that ham-fisted A-Force moment. And it's like, why would you even do that after you just undercut everything you just did
with Scarlet
Witch? Like, I'm sorry, she's the baddest bitch in the MCU. She is. She's literally, she says no more mutants, and how many of them disappear? I mean,
or the fact that she's like, I don't remember your name, and she just red eyes goes.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
And I'm just like, damn.
I just made a meme out of that. Actually, that it was like
she laid down on him, and it was great.
Scarlet Witch. I just put other countries over Scarlet Witch, and it said, you took everything from me. And Thanos is the U.S. He says, I don't even know who you are.
I love the one where it's you took everything from me. That Joe Biden had. I don't even know who I am.
Oh God!
I know I shouldn't bring politics into this.
There's some jokes that are that's one of them. It's like okay, it's like Zoe Saldana apologizing for being
my God,
for
dude.
playing Nina Simone. I'm like, come on, and then I put
why would you do that?
You don't need to apologize to anybody, girl. You need to apologize to nobody.
That's just like, no one's ever demanded Denzel Washington, apologize for playing Malcolm X when he's a completely different skin tone and hair color to the man.
See?
And Denzel Washington would never apologize anyway. He'd tell you all to go to hell.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
true.
about Denzel.
Yeah.
I just picture Denzel being like a real life version of like Alonzo from Training Day sometimes, like when he gets mad. Like talking about everybody being in a shoe program and shit.
Or like
oh, hell no.
Fire, or like that guy from Man on Fire.
Yes, yes.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, that's a damn good movie.
That was a good Oh.
Though my favorite one is one he won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. If you haven't watched it, you've done yourself this favor. Go watch Glory.
Oh my God, that's like my favorite Civil War movie. Are you kidding?
Oh yeah,
me?
no, I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah, that's a damn good movie.
Yeah.
Glory's
It's my
awesome.
second favorite. My first favorite is actually Gettysburg.
I've seen Glory probably 24 times, man. Me and my cousin built the fort and reenacted that last battle scene with our GI Joes and Star Wars out in the sand. I had a sand pile.
Pete did that over the weekend.
I was just doing that earlier before the show. Shit.
Pete, if you like Civil War movies, you have to watch Gettysburg. Robert E. Lee is played by Martin Sheen.
That one was that the 80s?
90s.
Okay, I was gonna say, I think I don't know. That's like, what is that, an 8-parter?
No, it's.
I'm thinking.
It's like
I'm thinking.
Movie.
Oh, like, I'm thinking blue and I'm thinking the blue and the gray. I'm thinking the blue and the gray. Okay.
No. It's just the Battle of Gettysburg.
Okay. All right.
Martin Sheen, Jeff Daniels plays Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, and oh my
I'll
God,
check it out. I'll check it out. That's
all-star
definitely.
cast. The Colonel from Avatar, the guy who ends up dying.
Oh, Stephen.
Stephen Lang.
Yes. Yep.
General Pickett.
Oh shit. Why don't they have him?
Plays Longstreet. So,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Like Tom Berenger plays General Longstreet. I mean, it's an all-star cast, man. C. Thomas Howell plays Chamberlain's younger brother.
I can't get over. There's 2 roles that C. Thomas Howell define his career. One is Soul Man, and two. The second one redeemed him though. The Reaper on Criminal Minds. That role redeemed C. Thomas Howell.
The one role that made his career was The Outsiders playing.
Oh well, shit. Yeah, The Outsiders. Okay.
Can we get a 4K scan of Soul Man, please? I would love that.
Keely Chow, if you have not watched Gettysburg and you like Civil War movies, you have done yourself a disfavor. Like a lot of the soldiers in the movie are actual Civil War reenactors. They brought their own uniforms. They brought their own weapons. There were guys who brought their own cannons. Watch some of the behind the scenes to Gettysburg. I mean, I forgot. Sam Elliott's actually in the movie too. He plays.
Damn.
He's in the first part of the movie. He plays the Commander Buford. He plays the commander of the dismounted cavalry. So he's in it too for like a good hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it's almost a who's who of like who's great white boy stars. Sorry, I had to go there. But,
That's all right.
but no, the best part of that movie was the stand on Little Round Stop. You can find the entire stand on YouTube, and every time because in the battle, 20th Maine, which is Chamberlain's command, they're almost out of ammo. They're about to be overrun. So they fix bayonets and charge down the hill, right at the freaking Confederates. And when you hear the music swell, and you hear them, scream, fix bayonets and charge, and it's so great all together. You have to see it.
Oh, dude, those. It's like kind of like The Patriot, those kind of movies, man.
Yeah, but the way the music swells, it's just one of those moments where you can count on your hand how many times you heard. It's like almost like the charge of Rohan at Return of the King kind of the music.
I understood. I feel like Captain America. I understood that reference. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings guy, but I did understand that. I do have a Lord of the Rings chest out. I understand that reference.
But no, if you love Civil War movies, go watch Gettysburg. It's awesome. And
you brought up Stephen Lang a little bit ago, and what I want to say is, why the hell hasn't Stephen Lang been brought up in the discussion to play, like, I don't know, he would be a kick-ass Magneto, I think.
No, he should have been cast as Cable.
That would have been. Isn't Cable a little bit? I mean, Lang's built, but I mean, isn't Cable like kind of like a bigger?
No, Josh Brolin filled him out, but
I was gonna say Brolin played him really well.
Well, I think Lang would have played him just a tad bit better.
Lang seems to have. I mean, he's got good range too, though. Like he would be good as Cable. I think he'd be good as Magneto.
Him do a really, really old grizzled Wolverine, like really old man.
Oh
like
yeah,
old man comic book Wolverine. How awesome do you think he'd nail it?
Oh, Lang or Brolin or Lang?
Lang.
Oh, Lang would.
Oh,
Lang
no,
would,
Lang, yeah.
Lang would own that. He would definitely.
Man.
He would make Hugh Jackman probably go like, "Damn, that was pretty good." Like I could see that. I could see that. I could because Stephen Lang he plays that like I said. One of my favorite roles of him is the show. One season on Fox, Terra Nova, and it was the highest budget sci-fi show.
Love that show. No,
I was so. What's that?
Tombstone. He played Ike Clanton.
Oh shit! Yep, Tombstone. God damn. See,
that man is. He's just one of those guys.
He's just
so good at what he does.
Yeah,
like, he was the best part of Avatar, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm not an Avatar fan, and I was like rooting for him. I'm like, I just like this guy. But no, man, like that's the thing. Like I think like Marvel could really like a guy like him. It's like, why are you sleeping on this? Like, why are you sleeping on this guy? Like you should have like something to do with him.
I got a great idea.
What's that?
Stephen Lang, Sinister. Mr. Sinister.
As Mr. Sinister.
What do you guys think of that? Nick, what do you think?
Oh, dude, I'm down with that, man. I'm down with that. That sounds awesome.
That'd be solid casting.
Lang is Sinister.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Ryan?
I don't know if I'm familiar with that character.
Mr. Sinister?
Yeah, I have to go look over here.
Yep. I should have bought that. I passed up buying that damn Marvel Legends figure. That's one of them. I did like Doctor Doom. I didn't buy it, but then like a month later, Sal's like, "Hey, don't buy Doctor Doom." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Just don't buy Doctor Doom." He sends the boy a box of toys, and there's a freaking brand new Doctor Doom. I'm like, son of a bitch, Sal.
I'm not familiar with this character.
Yeah, dude, he's Stephen Lang's a badass. Like I dig that guy.
He has played so many great roles. It's just like
he's just like born to play like a badass like warrior. Like that is.
But the thing is, he did such a great job playing Ike Clanton. Listen here, Mr. Kansas City Law Dog. Law don't go around here, savvy. It was just completely different from anything you'd ever seen Stephen Lang in. He nailed it. And then you see him play the, larger than life general, and it's like,
yeah,
there's Stephen Lang.
Well, he's like real. He really, does push-ups on his fingers, and like he's for real.
He was the killer in that movie. He was blind. What the hell was that?
Hold on. I actually have it.
I've never seen that.
Don't breathe. Don't breathe.
I want to watch. I haven't watched that. I really. It's like I don't know how the hell
it's really it's really good. And it's extremely tense.
Okay, good.
Just because of like
Stephen Lang in. If you
because like he's I think he's ex-military in that movie, and he's also he's blind, he can only hear things, but like he's extremely good at like finding those kids in his house, and it's just like what is he gonna do, and when is he gonna find them? And
he's evil Daredevil,
basically. Yeah,
he's like bad Daredevil.
Pete, another thing with Stephen Lang, if you guys haven't watched it, I think it's on Netflix. AMC's Into the Badlands.
I started to watch it. It kind of fell out.
He's a cripple, and he does it so well. Oh my God, he is fantastic in that show.
That's one I'm gonna have to.
If you haven't checked out Into the Badlands, do it. It's
I only watched a couple episodes.
Meets Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Okay.
I know it sounds weird, but somehow it works.
Crouching Tiger. That now there's a name I have not heard in a long time.
Or Hero. I haven't watched that movie in ages. I need to sit down and watch it again.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen Crouching Tiger, man. Goddamn.
You're way off topic.
That's all right. That's all right, man. It's organic convo. I don't mind at all.
Wait, this wasn't in the agenda?
I don't think it was. I had a hair on my tongue. Seinfeld.
For some reason, my agenda kept saying pegging. I don't know.
God damn it, Nick. That's it. That's it.
Get what you fucking deserve.
Oh, speaking of the Joker, I was watching it. Like, what do you think of the newest Joker? A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's so overrated," and I'm like, "Yeah, maybe a little bit, but it was still damn good."
I thought it was good.
Like Joker for me was like I treat it like Requiem for a Dream. I'm glad I watched it once. I'm never gonna watch it again. It's an amazing movie. They're great films, but it's just too intense for me and to sit there for like 2 hours to watch this thing. It's like there's no reason for me to buy it. I'm sure it'll be on something eventually if I ever want to watch it again. But it's just kind of like
I'm glad I went and saw it in theaters, but again, it's like I probably won't.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I was not afraid of fucking theaters to go watch that movie, and I was like, yeah, that dumb bullshit hype that Marvel put it through and everything that just made it more. That's made it more money. That's how it got to $1 billion.
There's going to be roving bands of incels causing violence, and I was laughing because I
was laughing my ass off. They were like parents taking their tweens and teens and watching the damn movie.
I was laughing
because I forgot about that. That's like looking back at that compared to what we've gone through already in 2020, not a year later, that seems like who cares? Like
exactly.
Yeah,
who cares?
Yeah, no, and the thing is, well, I mean, and also like the things that have happened this year were for something that was a horrible injustice, and I'm glad people are doing the thing for that and protesting and stuff. But I mean, for people for incels to get up and do horrible things for a movie, this shows you that like they know the difference between what's real and what's not, and they're not going to do that. They're going to go give their money to it, but that's it.
Yeah,
but I mean, you can't blame too many people because,
like, dude, I'm married with a kid. What the hell are you talking about? Just because I have an opinion?
You can't blame too many people though, because they were coming off of Dark Knight where the shooting happened from that.
No, 100%.
Yeah,
absolutely. No. I mean, and I mean, it's I mean, it's always good to be cautious, but like, I feel like that what they were doing was not being cautious. I mean, they were using that almost as an excuse to be like, oh, Joker, mental illness, this, that, and the other, and they're trying to use it to almost stifle. I know in bigger cities like in New York, they had to where you actually had to like go through security to go watch the movie. Here in Atlanta, I never did that. I got my ticket, and I went to go watch it, and that was it.
Here in Indiana, same deal. I walked into the theater in Columbus, and there was a warning. It's like, please be advised, there might be more violence. But other than that, I didn't care.
I live in a town of 8,000 people. There wasn't nothing going wrong, but every time a white person walked by me, I was like, oh wait, everybody in the goddamn theater is white except for me. Shit, I'm Egyptian. I'm like, leave me alone. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Well, that's kind of how I felt when I watched the movie Midway. I thought there was a black guy in the damn theater. But man,
oh god. I mean, it was that reminds me of me going to go watch Get Out. That was hilarious. Oh god, there were like 4 white people beside me, and they ran out as soon as it ended. I'm just like, what do you think is going to happen? We're all going to walk out together. We know it's a movie, it's fiction. We all realize this. Like,
I was the only white person in the theater when I went to see Barbershop and Training Day, and I was standing in the lobby. I was down in Lansing, Michigan, at a theater right by it was a showcase or whatever. I'm standing outside. I'm just standing away from my girlfriend. She's in the bathroom, and black couple walks up to me. Guy says, "Excuse me, sir." He goes, "Can you tell me where the exit is?" I'm like, "I think it's down that way." His girlfriend it must be his girlfriend. She looks at me. She goes, "He doesn't work here." She's like, "You're so polite." I'm like, "Well," I was like, "Yes, no, the exit's right down there." I'm like, "I don't know. I just thought it'd be helpful." I'm like, I was like, "Oh, the exit's right there, and the snack bar's that way, and restrooms are this way."
Do you have a ticket? Because I can rip it for you right now.
Complimentary hot towel. Yeah, where's my paycheck, AMC? Give me my fucking paycheck.
You guys haven't checked him out on Twitter. Another millennial reviewer. He was asking, so what's the worst movie you've seen in 2019? So many people are like, "Oh, The Last Jedi," and I was like, "Are you kidding me? It's live action Lion King."
Black Christmas.
Nope. Black Christmas.
Black Christmas.
I did not watch that. I had no desire to watch that.
I felt bad for. I made Flipp. First time he was on my show. I'm like, you got to watch Black Christmas, dog. You're like, what? I'm like, here's
Flipp,
just watch it.
Flipp, just so you know that it's my fault trickling upwards. It's my fault because I watched it.
Yeah.
I told these guys about it on Adam's show because Pete's there, and I gave him copies of it because I don't want them to pay for it. And he watched it. And he's like, he's one messaging the group. He's like, yo, what the fuck? And then he gave it to everybody else. I was like,
yeah.
I treated it like herpes. I gave it to everybody.
yes.
Woo.
Oh man,
That was a hot SJW mess right there.
You want to talk about being punched in the face with the woke bomb? Woo! God damn!
Flipp, I ripped off that movie, and I'm if I feel like it really torture myself, I might go watch it with commentary and figure out what the hell's going on with this.
did you guys read chat? What
Better.
Cal said?
Oh wait, we got. Let's see here. Let me pop back over. What kid chat? Black Christmas is what 2020 would be like if it was a slasher movie.
Jesus.
Damn.
Not wrong.
No.
Morbid.
Dude, Black Christmas was like, here's exposition about why white men are bad. Would you like a pamphlet? That's like, wait, what?
Exactly.
Well, that's like that black show that they're putting on Disney Plus. It's like, really, you need to watch this. And I'm like, I ain't touching that with a 10-foot.
Oh, is that the Beyonce one?
I think it's Black is King is what it is.
Yeah.
Me and my wife were the kid was in bed. I was like, should we get drunk and watch this and just see how it is? She's like, I can't do it. I'm like, I am not drunk. And I drunk tweeted Black Christmas when I watched. That's what I've never done. I was like, I was drunk as shit just tweeting out what the hell was going on during Black Christmas. I'm like, I might do that with the Beyonce movie next weekend because the wife and the kid are going to be gone, I think. So I'm just get shit faced, set the thing up, set the boom up in the living room. I might even live stream myself just watching this going, I don't even know what this is. I'll just go Cleveland. Hang on a second. Where's it at? Let me wait. I'll just hang on a second here. Let me see. Turn the camera off here. Where's Cleveland Brown? Where are you at, Cleveland? I don't even know what the hell's going on over here with this damn movie. These damn people trying to make me watch Black Christmas. You know who I am, what I did for this team? I'm Cleveland Brown, motherfucker. I think because Glenn Quagmire slept with my wife, Loretta, I didn't go out and get a better bitch. You seen Donna? She got a dump truck ass. Go watch Tapakurian's Marvel or Pixar dump truck ass video. I'm a little bit buzzed, but just watch the damn video. It's almost at 5,000 views. Of all the goddamn videos I could have that would like get any kind of traction, that one is literally like probably going to cross 5,000. I looked at it, it had like in the last 48 hours, it had like 400 views. I'm like, this video has been out a month. God damn it. It will not stop.
Oh, the one I had no traction on when I was going over the cast of the new Dune movie, and people, oh my God, some people got freaking vicious over some of my remarks over the Dune cast.
I haven't seen the, what is it, like the 2000s? They did like the miniseries on Sci-Fi. I want to watch it because I saw that 84 was 1984. I think the first one came out or something like that. I saw that one, but I don't remember much.
Generally followed the book, but it diverged a lot. The 2000 series is almost a beat by beat of the book, and the following 2003 Children of Dune is Dune Messiah and Children of Dune almost beat by beat with a couple of changes.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have to admit, with Quinn's ideas of Ice and Fire, if you haven't checked this out, he knows that man is like could do a master's on the Dune book series. But he goes, yeah, their costumes kind of sucked in Dune. I mean, the still suits looked awesome, but like all the court dress and stuff, it was like, what were you all doing in that movie? The court dresses, the court costumes, like, you know, when they're having like, you know, the nobles and all that. Yeah, you can tell they look cheap.
Are you talking the new one or the 2000s one?
The 2000.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I don't know the Denis Villeneuve. You know that.
The costumes look amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought they looked all right.
The still suits, you kind of went back to 1984 versus the 2000, where they actually, you know, have, you know, something that goes over your head and you have a face mask, so the only thing it's showing is like your eyes, like right here, which is how a still suit should look if you're trying to retain that much water.
Yeah.
In a desert.
Yeah.
I mean, the still suit for the 2000s, I still think has the best design, but that's not to say. And the thing is, who they've got to play Paul Atreides, they're almost spot on from how he's described in the book. because you have to understand the guy who played him in the 2000s and in '84, they were way too old. At the start of the book Dune, Paul Atreides like 15 years old.
Wasn't it Kyle MacLachlan in '84? Yeah. That's what I thought.
Kyle MacLachlan was way too old.
Yeah, I would say because he was like in his probably like late 20s, I think, when he
20s, almost early 30s. And then what's his name who played Paul in 2000? He was great as older Paul as he moved on in his life, especially in like Children of Dune. He was fine. But in the original Dune, you just couldn't make Alec Newman. You couldn't make him look young enough. He could not pass for a 15-year-old.
Yeah. And this is another thing people flipped out about with the new one was everybody as soon as the name Zendaya was like brought in, it was like, oh my god, you know. I don't have to
see what she looks like as Cheney, but because I've read all the books. So it's all going to come down to her performance. The look doesn't, or who they got for Stilgar. I saw that and I was like, oh hell yeah, I can buy that as Stilgar. Or Josh Brolin as Gurney Halleck. That's a great cast choice. I was a little bit worried about Jason Momoa as Duncan Idaho. I do not see him as a Duncan, but at least he shaved the damn beard for the role.
I know. I was shocked to see him without his beard. I was like, holy shit.
No, Duncan Idaho is clean shaven.
Yeah.
Like if he'd shown up with a big beard and looking at big, sorry, you just lost me as Duncan. but the one I was also really worried about was Oscar Isaacs as Duke Leto.
Yeah.
Because coming off the 2000, what's his name? William Hurt, who did a fantastic job playing Duke Leto. Oscar Isaac as Duke Leto, and I was going, I don't know about that.
What's wrong with Poe? What's wrong with Poe Dameron?
Well, the thing is, he didn't look old enough.
Yeah.
But then they aged him up some with the beard coloring and all that. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can buy this.
See, that's the thing is like when you talk about, you know, people cast like certain actors, like I brought up Zendaya, because a lot of I've seen, as soon as Zendaya's in, it's woke. I'm like, well, how is that woke? Just because Zendaya's in it. Like everybody, you know, she got a lot of hate for the Spider-Man, for the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, right?
But it feels right though. It feels right to say it.
I didn't dislike her. I don't dislike her. I mean, is she Mary Jane? No. Is she MJ? Okay. You know, she could be MJ, but she's not Mary Jane Watson, you know. Yeah. That's my thing. And if anybody's ever seen The Greatest Showman, that right there gave me a whole level of respect for her, because she is a very talented woman, and because she did all her own rope work in that.
Wow.
I believe she did a lot of the low grade rope work and shit. She did that herself. So I was like, props to you, baby girl. Do your thing.
Okay, Zendaya, it's going to be interesting because if you watch the 2000 Dune and the chick they got, I think she's Chesney or something like that. She's somewhere from the Eastern Bloc.
Okay.
And she is fantastic as Cheney. Like Sean Young, no hate against her, but she really didn't do Cheney for me. But the chick they got for the 2000 series, oh my gosh, she's gonna be a tough act to follow.
Well, after Ace Ventura and The Crying Game, I mean, Sean Young's pretty much, you know, pigeonholed.
Yeah, but I'll always remember Sean Young for Blade Runner.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, and also that wonderful movie she did in the 90s called Dr. Jekyll and Ms. Hyde. Nobody remembers that.
Oh my God.
Yo, wow. It has been. But you want to see Sean Young in a opposite of all people, Nicolas Cage? Go watch the little known Apache helicopter gem called Firebirds. It's basically Top Gun for Apache helicopters.
Well, thank you, superfan Adam Shawhan. I do appreciate it. If I'm blaming somebody for saying, hey, you know, I'll take new subscribers all the time. I'm not, I'm not shy. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please bitch slap that subscribe button, the like button, all that shit. Do all the things, you know. That's absolutely fine, man.
But no, Sean Young in Firebird, opposite Nicolas Cage as love interest. That was something to behold. You have to check that one out. It's called Firebirds. It even has Tommy Lee Jones in it.
Jesus. I'm going to check that out, man.
Tommy Lee Jones basically plays the Viper of the movie, for lack of a better term.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
It's an old 90s flick, but it's nothing but Apaches doing shit that you didn't think an Apache helicopter could do.
Nice. Oh shit, Flip, you got to bounce, you said, man.
Yeah, I hate to actually. I'm having such an awesome time. I have to fit in my single day. I have to fit in so many interactions, and this is one thing I didn't want to miss, but I can't stay much longer. So
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming on, brother. You know you got an open invite anytime, man. You know that.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Anytime you hit me up and just say, hey, I want to come on the show. So Monday night, you know, we always go in raw around here. Take care of the kids. There's 37 of them running around like that.
Pete,
what's that?
Is there any other way to go in besides Raw?
No. If you're old school, it's I feel like Willie Nelson in the end of was that big? Hey, you know how much we used to pay for condoms? How much? I don't know. We don't fucking use them.
Hey, it was great. It was great to see all you guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, nice to meet you, man.
We need to get the old fandom collective fathers together if we can get Seth Cretoni to do it one more time and ride out again.
Yeah, I talked to Rook about that, and we agree. So, yeah, we will. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. See you, Flip.
Right,
have a great
good
night. Everybody go over and subscribe to the Flipped Out channel and also the Fandom Collective on YouTube, and follow them on Twitter as well. I'm part of that Fandom Collective group. They're a bunch of good people over there.
I helped start it, and I didn't even mean to help start it. Just kind of, Rookie Critic reached out to me one day, and then we reached out to Black Angus, and then Flip showed up, and then Sith showed up, and it just kind of spilled out from there.
I just kind of hooked up with him on Twitter. I was like,
he has done so much work on the Twitter side for the Fandom Collective. That man is a Trojan.
Oh, yeah.
He just picked up the Fandom Collective on his back and just carried it. Like every time that you see a reposting of someone like me putting up a video, that's him and his girlfriend.
Yep, him and Penny, man, they're repping in. And
I need to get that shirt so bad, but I put the
Fandom Collective sticker on the back window of my truck the other night, man. I was after I waxed it up, I put a Fandom Collective sticker right in the. I got to get a Fandom Menace one for the center now. I got one side. I got Team Ratings, which is my old wrestling stable I was in when I was wrestling. We got the Fandom Collective area, Fandom Menace for the middle.
Yeah, Mr. Shawhan, it is kind of my fault, but you, me, and Mr. Moist need to get back together and do another one.
Brandon, are you talking about Brandon Moist?
Oh God, Brandon Moist. Jesus.
Brandon Moist.
Yeah, guys.
I remember that damn episode he was on for the first time. Shit.
Let's see.
But it was funny how me and Moist and Shawhan just kind of got together one day. It's like, hey, you want to do something about Game of Thrones? I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Oh shit. So.
And we just did reviews for like the last season, and God, we ripped Game of Thrones apart.
Nice.
I watched a couple of your and I've seen maybe 4 episodes of Game of Thrones, but I have friends that watch it, so I kind of kept, I kind of knew what was going on, and I would listen to like Gary review it, and then I would talk to my buddies that watch it, be like, okay, just to see how, because my buddy, I consider him like he's like a normie fan, like he doesn't read into things like like a lot of people do with. Like,
I wish my because I actually did a battle analysis of the Battle of Winterfell. Like I literally broke down how bad the battle really was and how just. It blew my mind how bad it was. I just wish that movie had gotten more traction, because I did like almost a 30-minute video where I just broke down. They messed this up. They messed this up. They didn't have this. They didn't do that. It was just, if you've ever watched Shadiversity, it was like almost one of his videos.
Okay.
I really wish that had gotten more traction, but I've ripped the Long Winter, the third one, Battle of Winterfell, apart.
Like I said, I haven't seen much of that show. All I remember, I watched like a big like YouTube video somebody did on like how what's her name, Dany built like the her army, the Unsullied, and I remember that was badass. She used to go like from city to city and just like, hey, when she fired those boxes with all the shackles into the walls of that city, and then they like broke in through the sewers later that night, and I was like, that shit was bad. I'm like, that was like a really kick-ass like part of that show.
I'm at the point of it. Game of Thrones is kind of turning to Star Wars, like the sequel trilogy. Started out good, I mean, decently, at least for Star Wars, but I can't watch the other two because I know how the story ends and it's crap. Same thing with Game of Thrones. I can't even bring myself to watch the first 4 seasons, which are the best seasons, because I know how it ends. And it's so bad, I'm just like, I can't do it. I don't want to get reinvested again.
That's what hurts. That's what hurts about Star Wars is like, it's okay. So like they're talking, like the video I did today, I talked a little bit about that High Republic thing, and it's going to take place like 200 years before the prequels.
It's the most boring time in the Republic.
Well, the thing that gets me is they're talking about, they're building up like this one, I can't remember her name, but she's like the main like female Jedi, and it's like, well, she's this and she's that, and I'm like, okay, so Yoda was like in his prime at that point. So are you just shitting on Yoda right now? I don't like, that was one thing I'm like, I really want some like canonical clarification from them on this, which I mean, I know it'll be muddier than a puddle outside after a rainstorm getting anything out of Lucasfilm, but it's like, I really want to know, like, are you trying to like put her over Yoda? Like that's the thing that gets me, because, you know, Yoda has always been the most powerful Jedi. It's like he was like the alpha and the omega of the Jedi. So
at least for the time he was alive.
Yeah, absolutely. During his what how many years was he, like what 9
almost 1,000 years.
Almost, he was like 900 some years old when he died. So
yeah, when he died, he was 995 and a half. Just so you know.
Thank you. But no, it is that's one thing that just bothers me about this whole thing. It's like, so are you really going to try to like shit on Yoda now? Is that where we're at?
Or they're going to have him kind of shoved off to the side, basically being the head of the order while she does all the saber swinging.
Yeah, and it's like, you don't have to do that. Like, nobody's saying you can't build up a new character. Like nobody's saying, literally nobody.
Well, Pete, here's the thing. The High Republic, it's in one of the most boring times. We're in the golden millennia from the Battle of Rusan to the Clone Wars. It's the millennia of peace, prosperity, and rebuilding. It's the most boring, mind-numbing time of the Republic.
So it's like, why did they choose this era to build this entire book? Because you have 3 tiers.
An entire book. It's like an entire book series.
Well, yeah, it's like a book series, because you have young readers, and you have like young adult, and then you have adult novels, and then you have comics, all based in this same era. And it doesn't make any sense. If it's that peaceful, then what are you doing?
The thing is, though, if they'd gone back 2 more millennia, like, you know, in between 1,000 years before the Battle of Yavin and like 6,000, there was like almost a war every other century.
Well, you had the Sith Wars,
the Mandalorian Wars.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is like, why don't they do something like that? Like, why aren't you going, like, people would love to see like the Mandalore Wars, like that. It doesn't make any sense to me. But
yes.
See, like nobody's gonna be like, no, we don't want to see the wars on Mandalore. We don't really want to see that.
That makes the most sense now because of the Mandalorian TV show.
Yes.
We don't want to see Revan fight the Mandalorians. No, we don't want to see.
Yeah. And okay, and I talked about this a little earlier. And since we're off topic and we're on Star Wars anyway at this point, I'm calling it audible. I want to know everybody's opinion on Ahsoka Tano. And what do you think about her inclusion and impact in season 2 of The Mandalorian? Because I have my opinions about this.
I'm just gonna cut it down like this. She's overused.
Yeah.
It's just like Dave Filoni has a hard-on for Ahsoka Tano and just wants to use her everywhere. It's like, okay, dude, I know you love the character, but you cannot oversaturate her like this. You already had her in Clone Wars, which was great, and you pretty much have her in Rebels, and when you do the Rebels, you know, continuation, you're gonna have her in that. Why do you need to throw her around everywhere? I mean, I like the character. I mean, I didn't at first, but she grew on me. She earned my respect. But now it's just like, okay, oversaturation of Ahsoka. That's where I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Yeah, see, I'm kind of a normie when it comes to this, because I've never really watched the Clone Wars. I only watch the movies, so I don't know her that well. I know what she looks like. I know a little bit of her background. I don't know her that much, but also like the season 2 for Mandalorian, I'm very cautious of, because it seems like they might be it might be a buddy cop movie, but it might be Mando and the fucking, you know, the child, rolling through the galaxy, you know, fighting crime and shit. Which, I mean, like,
Well, we already had that in season 1, but the thing is, though, they're bringing in a really big cast. They're bringing in Katie Sackhoff to play her live action counterpart in the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, what's the character's name?
Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
They're bringing Katie Sackhoff in to play her live action version of herself. And I'm like, yes.
I know
and
that was one thing that made me kind of mark the fuck out. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard she was involved, I'm like, okay, that's pretty dope. Yeah,
so I mean that's cool, but once again, like I'm just really worried because they had such a big hit. It seemed like unanimously people liked the Mandalorian show. A good majority of people just kind of liked it. But I'm just worried with the second season, are they going to kind of like shit the bed and put too much in and do too much fan service, and then it's going to become, I don't know, something that it's not going to be as good as the first season kind of thing. That's what
I personally feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like it's going to be great, and I'm still going to watch it, of course, but I feel like there will be times. I feel like it's going to have an identity crisis in season 2. Yeah. I really think, but I'd love to be proven otherwise. I'd love to see more Bill Burr episodes,
dude, he did so good.
It was so great. I want to see more stuff like that. If it is kind of like a buddy cop situation and he's just roaming through the galaxy, I'm fine with that. But like, it doesn't seem like that's what it's going to be. And I feel like they're setting themselves up for an identity crisis, but I'd love to be wrong.
100%.
And I don't think it's going to be a buddy cop with the baby Yoda for very long, because I think when Ahsoka shows up, she's going to recognize the child and probably direct him to drop the kid off, and then he can go off and do his other thing. So Baby Yoda probably, depending on when Ahsoka shows up, isn't going to stay on the show for much longer after that.
Do you think people are going to like revolt against the show? Like, honestly, like if they cut out Baby Yoda, I mean,
as long as they handle the end of that arc well, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. If like,
happening.
It does. So, well, I think what they're going to do if they go the route of like, in the let's say in the first 2 episodes, at the end of episode 2, the end of Baby Yoda's arc in that aspect is done. What they're probably going to do again is then like pick it up again at the end of the last episode, or like towards the last episode, and it'll be a cliffhanger for the 3rd season. It's like, why is he getting Baby Yoda again? Oh shit, something's gone wrong. He's got to go save the planet or Baby Yoda or whatever it is, and the bad guys there. So,
but the thing is, from everything I've been reading, we're going to see a lot more about what happened in the Mandalorian Purge, why the Mandalorians are the way they are right now. We're going to get into a lot to Carlos Esposito's character, the Moff.
Yeah.
Oh, Giancarlo Esposito, dude.
We're going to get heavy into the Darksaber again.
I feel like that's what people want.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Yes. The thing is, we're going to find out what happened to Mandalore. Why are the Mandalorians, in hiding? Why is everything like this? So it's going to be a lot more going into the fall of Mandalore. I think we're going to have probably a good 2 or 3 episodes with Katie Sackhoff's character. I don't think it's going to be like the first season where he's just going off getting off random bounties. I think it's going to be a lot more having to do with Moff Gideon.
Yeah, and I would like that. The end seeing the Darksaber was really just like, what the hell is that? And then the guys on the podcast had to tell me what the Darksaber was and everything, and I was like, shit, this is crazy.
I remember that from the Clone Wars show, man. That was like, I was in Giancarlo Esposito, man. He was hard as nails in that role too. Like, I mean, he just came in and killed a handful of his own guys. Like, nah, fuck this shit. I'm gonna let you know I'm here right now.
What's crazy is that
hamming it up.
Well, like it reminded me of his character Gus from Breaking Bad. Just like, I love seeing that. But like, I don't watch the Clone Wars, but when I saw the Black Saber, I was just like, whoa, they're doing something I would have never expected. Because I know about it, I know that it's in the show, but for it to be crossing over into the lore of Clone Wars is pretty.
Rebels too. Heavily featured in Rebels.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, can we get one more Bill Burr episode? Just one more.
Yeah,
I just like him going back, getting a little, trying to get a little bit of revenge or something like that. Just something. Just give us give me a little bit more big Bill Burr, because like I recently watched like 4 of his stand-ups in a day, and I was like, this man is fucking hilarious.
And one other thing,
F is for family,
is that Boba Fett will show up. So they're gonna make.
Oh god damn it!
Well, they're gonna make it canon that he survived the Sarlacc pit, and the guy that played, Django is coming back to play Boba.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We talk. What's his name? He was Aquaman's dad.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not opposed to that. What I really like, I want to mention really quick was the fucking this deal with Giancarlo when he pulled up and he's like, I see you notice we're assembling an E-Web. I'm like, oh, he's gonna spray motherfuckers. I'm like, yeah, I keep one of these on my desk right behind me. So we got the E-Web. We got the E-Web.
Hey, Nick, you remember the big E-Web they had for Star Wars Celebration last year?
Yes, I do.
Oh my god, that thing was so much fun.
Oh, dude, it was. Star Wars Celebration was a lot of fun. I mean, it was more fun meeting fans and hanging out with people than actually going to the thing. Because, like, long story short, when we were there, we were like an hour away from downtown, and getting up, driving down there, trying to find fucking parking, and then going to the thing was a pain in the ass. Oh, by the time we did all of that and got inside, we were just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's go walk around the city and find something to fucking eat.
That's what killed me, is like, because that was the year it was in Chi-Town, right?
Yeah.
Because I lived like 3.5 hours from there at that point, and I had just started staying home with my kid, and I could not break away for it because I want to come down there that weekend so bad. I'm like,
oh, dude, you would have met me,
I know. I was literally down there like 2 weeks before that for a doctor's appointment with my son. And
I got to see the bullshitters again. It was the first time I met
fucking killed me
face to face. I got to meet Anna, Justin Proper, Ethan Van Sciver.
Anna, God, Anna needed like a bell or a light or some sort of indicator on her, because she would sit next to us and draw and like talk real fast, and all of a sudden, boom, just out into the. Where did you go? What you were 3.5 feet tall, girl. You could not do this.
I was gonna say Anna probably needs bodyguards with her. I mean,
it was funny when I brought her all that, or she just looked at it, was like, I need to have this. Where did you get this? And I'm like, come with me. And she was like, we're going. And I'm like,
and I say this, and I had no disrespect towards that Star Wars girl. I had to unsubscribe. I had to unsubscribe because every time I'd watch one of her videos or live streams, it's like I couldn't even watch the chat. I was like, oh my god, look out, it's a simp army. Holy shit.
No shit. And I mean, it was one of those things where, like shit. Yeah, and like even in Star Celebration, we always had to make sure that somebody was with her at least.
Yeah, you just, man, yeah, I'd like, because she draws, well, not only that, but like she's got a lot of people that like on Twitter that just like hate her too, and it's like she's just
god.
Well, like, yeah, and the amount of vitriol spewed towards that poor little. I mean, she puts herself out there. I mean, she does not say that poor little girl. I mean, you put yourself out there as a culture commentator, and you're opening yourself up. It's gonna happen. But I mean, it's like some of the things that people. I was like, God damn! Like I would not say that's somebody I like hate.
It's one of those things also, is it's like, because we have a lot of people who dislike us as well. Yeah. But the thing is that like they do it in the comfort of their couch and the anonymity of the internet. They're never gonna come out there and come into our face and be like, I fucking hate you, because they're little bitches. They don't give a shit. They're not going to do that.
I want to see somebody walk up to Geoff and be like, "You're a bitch," and just watch Geoff like step on him and be like, "What? I'm sorry. What did you say? I'm 6'8". I didn't even see you down there. Hang on, motherfucker."
That's true. That's true.
Like, really?
Big teddy bear giant. It's like he's a nice guy, but I would not want to poke that guy and make him the big angry bear because he's going to rip someone's head off.
I'm looking forward to meeting you guys at the wedding next year. You're going to Loudy's, aren't you?
Oh
Nick?
Shit! Did you get invited?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Loudy invited me.
Oh my god!
I told my wife, I was like, "Are you really going to go to this with me?" And she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "I don't think you know what the fuck you're getting yourself into, honey."
Dude, well, I think what once again, it was supposed to be this year, and we had a whole game plan. We're just like, all right, we're gonna come in like Thursday.
Yep.
Like do.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, like we were gonna come in like early Thursday, do the podcast in our hotel room, then like fucking chill or whatever. Friday, do the wedding Saturday, and then like get breakfast Sunday, and then like fucking dip out. That was going to be the idea, but shit changed. I mean, it's fine because it gives me a little more time to get back to my fighting weight and hopefully look at the fucking winning.
That's what I said. I was like, I actually have like an extra like year to like not look like a chunk of shit now. I'm like, because after I quit wrestling, dude, I was like I said, I was 240 3 years ago when it was all up top, and now it's like all in the middle. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, it's a good thing I'm 6'3". I hide that shit.
Well, that's just like, I can't really work out anymore because I got a bum knee from the Marine Corps. So.
I got literally my only excuse is the fact that like I'm a YouTuber and I sit on my ass in here and I get high and I record videos when I could walk 40 feet out my garage door where I have an entire weight room and an elliptical out there. And in the wintertime, I got no excuse because I got a heater for the bitch.
Oh God.
So I'm just like, it's just like, oh, I'm a fucking lazy ass YouTuber now. I'm gonna sit behind my camera and record videos.
Oh, my wife literally rags on me like, you need to work out more. It's like, I have no reason to.
Yeah, I know. Mine was like, you don't. I'm like, yeah, I know. Shut up. I don't look the same with my shirt off 3 years ago. I come upstairs to the basement, look like Paul Orndorff. Now I look like Paul Blart. Like, what the fuck is this?
It's like, have you not met my uncle, my father, and did you not see my grandfather? We turned 30 years old. We get a gut.
Well, that's the thing is like me, like literally I just turned 40 in April, but I have for a 40-year-old, I have a stupid fast metabolism. So like I just stopped eating after 8 p.m. like, which is difficult to do with the munchies every night. But hey, I literally came in here tonight with a bottle of wine and it's almost gone. So I'm not eating anything. I'm just drinking. I already had dinner. I'm good. This is low carb. Hey, look, I'll burn this off tomorrow. So cool. I'm not eating. I'm substituting calories. All right. It's red wine. Look, they said a glass is good for your heart. A bottle, I must be fucking safe. I'm great. So, but no, literally my wife got pissed. So like in the last like 3 weeks, I basically stopped eating after 8 o'clock and I lost like 15 pounds. She goes, you motherfucker. I'm like, what? She goes, you haven't even been working. I'm like, nope. I just stopped eating after 8. What's your secret? I'm like, thanks, cocaine. No.
My wife convinced me to do this lift program that she has for Beachbody.
I used to be a Beachbody coach. That shit is no joke. It works, man.
Oh, lift is great. I mean, I did that for like 6 weeks at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped 20 pounds and my wife was like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
I just lose so much weight. I'm like,
dude, I remember one summer I did P90X and I was just like, fuck, it was awesome. But yeah.
I drank way too much beer this summer. It's happened. It's been the quarantine.
Super fan Adam Shawhan's like 6 feet and I look like a midget next to Geoff. Well, what?
Oh my God.
Listen, I told Geoff, I was like, you better bring that N64 I sent you next year because we're gonna fucking get down on some No Mercy.
Well, hopefully,
I remember the first time that I saw that he was with Jesse, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
She's so tiny.
I told my wife, and she's like, "Hold up, they're together?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's so cute." I'm like,
"Oh man." But yeah, dude, I can't. I really can't wait for Lida's wedding next year. It's gonna be. It's like I can't really wait for next year at all because
I know it's not gonna be this year.
Hopefully, shit calms the fuck down a little bit and we can actually get to some goddamn normal shit. Because fuck this year. It's an asterisk. It's a mulligan. Like fucking move on.
Oh, you know. I was supposed to next month about 6 weeks. I was supposed to take my wife, my son, my 2 little dogs, and go to Pennsylvania for the family reunion because I have the first great grandson that will carry on my grandfather's name. And when my family found out I was having a boy, both my aunts basically were like, "Oh my God!" They were just like, "Yes, finally!" Because it's me and my cousin who have our last name is Charlie, and my other cousin probably will never have a kid. He'll probably never have a girlfriend at this point because one girl broke his heart and done. So it was kind of up to me and my wife, and my son was kind of a fluke.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Yep.
Oh, last year on her birthday, she calls me, "Geoff, the stick turned blue." And I'm like, "What stick?" Like, pregnant. I'm like, And she was very like she went to the doctor. You know, they have the P test where they use their own like better than the one that you bought.
Yep.
She said, my wife said the nurse stuck that thing in to check it, and it flipped in less than 3 seconds. And she's like, "Oh yeah, you're very pregnant.
You're not just pregnant; you're very pregnant." He knocked you up more than anybody's ever been knocked up in the history of knocked up. You're there.
Well, and the thing is, this is the second time she's been pregnant. First time she had a miscarriage, but we were watching that hawk, and we're even to this day we still look down at our son. It's like we did that.
Oh, dude, my wife and my kid died at birth, bro. Like they both of them died. Like my son was born non-responsive. He was resuscitated within 90 seconds, and then as soon as my wife heard him cry, she coded while I was holding her hand. It's I we had a miscarriage before that. I understand, man. It's
oh man, that's hard.
Yep. I don't think I've ever a couple glasses of wine. I don't think I've ever actually mentioned that before to anybody on the live, but yeah. So yeah, that's that happened to my family.
The first miscarriage happened the day before my birthday. Oh, it was hard.
Yep. We went through one, and it was like we weren't sure if we were ever going to have kids again. And then a couple years later, it was November 1st. We went out partying on Halloween, and she woke me up at like 7:30 in the morning. Hey, guess what? I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, what? Do you have coffee ready? I'm hungover. I'm pregnant. I'm like, oh, fuck.
I'm going back to sleep.
Where's my coffee? And I need to go back to sleep and then tell me this shit in a couple hours. All right. And she's not pregnant. I'm like, okay, so I have to somewhat be an adult now. Son of a bitch. Oh, that lasted all of a couple of years. She's like, hey, you're going to retire and be a stay-at-home dad. All right. So my entire life now consists of G.I. Joes and Star Wars and this, which has been a blessing because I've got to meet a bunch of kick-ass people that I get to talk to multiple times a week and bug on Twitter, which is awesome. And I have really enjoyed it. And you know, we joke, and I always joke about, you know, in my videos I talk about Star Wars and shit. I say, you know, you stick with what works, you dance with the one that brought you. And honestly, I've said this multiple times, and I don't just say this because I have had Nick and Kendo on my show, but WCBS is the reason I started my podcast. They truly were. And I started sitting in this room that I'm in now, except I was flipped around. I was sitting on a futon talking into this stupid phone on Anchor. And it was like, hey, I had a buddy of mine that I DJ'd with. We did an episode. Then I got my friend Monica to come on and co-host with me. And we started meeting people through the WCBS community. It's like, hey, do you want to be a guest on the show? And it kind of grew from there. And within a couple months, I bought a laptop and a stupid webcam, and I started a YouTube channel. And, you know, here we are in episode 113 now. And it has been a, you know, and I just hit, you know, it's not a big number. I hit 300 subscribers, which, you know, I mean, I put a
more than me, man.
It's fun, man.
It's actually 294. I'm just stuck below 300. I just can't break loose.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
YouTube during the summer is really, really weird. But I mean, we had, you know, the guys at WCBS are always flattered to hear this. You know, we've inspired people to make their own channels. I mean, it's not a joke to do. It's not something that's taken lightly, especially when you know, put a lot of hard work into it, which is what you guys have done.
Yep.
And trust me, we recognize that we really do.
But it wasn't World Class Bullshitters, though. I did definitely find you very soon afterwards. It was actually Jesse Milestone and Jeremy Geeks and Gamers again.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
Start talking.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, even for us, man, like we started on Skype. It was like 8 of us in a chat. You can go listen to the old episodes. They're real horrible. They're really bad. But yeah, then we just refined it. You know, Kendo came on. We got only the 4 of us are on it now.
Yeah.
And then we started, you know, really, you know, bumping things up. Got a Patreon, things like that. So I mean, it's just time and dedication is all it is, man. It's all it is.
But no, I do have to give WC World Class Bullshitters a big hand, because you guys jumped me from like 50 to like almost 200 inside of like 2 weeks. I went on the Veterans live stream with Jeff Hicks, and
Thank you, superfan Adam Shawhan. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, brother. He's giving me all the subs, all of them. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Well, I was on the veteran stream with Geoff Hicks, and that was an experience because I'm like, oh my god, I'm on with world class bullshitters.
I know.
It's so chill. It's unreal.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, that's how we are, man. Because even if you listen to our Thursday shows, like what was it, two weeks ago, we had I looked at the YouTube window, like right before we're gonna just start and ready to go live. We just look at the waiting number, and there was like 250 waiting, and I was like, what the fuck happened? And I'm freaking out. Like we're all freaking out because we that's weird to us. And all of a sudden, that was a really good trip because it jumps to like 1,050 is like the highest we reached that day. And I was like, this is insane. This is insane.
I get excited when I see like 4 people waiting in mine. I'm just like, yay.
Well, Nick, I kind of miss Geoff doing the morning show because I, tuned into that. I put it on like my tablet. I'd run it through my truck, and I just put it on just to listen to while I'm driving down the road. And it's like, damn, I missed that.
Yeah, I mean, it's and for him to do the morning show now would be like 10 o'clock our time on the East Coast.
Yeah. I joked around with him. I said, what's funny is my kid like knew, because we used to listen to that because I've been staying home for 3 years and he started doing that. And me and my son would listen to that. We'd be playing in the living room and I'd mute the TV and we'd be listening to Geoff every morning. And so the kid I joke around like, whose voice? They'd be like, that's Geoff from WCBS. Well, I told you, Nick, what he said. He said world class bullshitters. I'm like, no, you can't say that, man. You can't say that. You're only 5, bud. You can't say that. It's WCBS.
Oh god. Well, I mean, it's funny as well because my nephew who's 15 also is like, oh man, I see I see your logo and everything on YouTube all the time. I'm just like, thanks, man.
You're like, don't say it.
Yeah, it's like don't say it to me, but don't say it to your mom.
Yeah, not in front of moms. Not in front of moms.
So Nick, did you ever expect that world class bullshitters would ever hit it like this?
Listen, never in my life did I think I would get a fucking play button. I thought it'd be a cool idea, 100%. But never in my life would I be like, oh, we have a fucking play button. Like this, it's unreal to me. It's really unreal that like we've gotten that far. Because once again, it was just like some assholes talking about, shit we hated on the internet.
All you need to do now is get Pokimane to troll you a little bit. Like, it's a Gundam, and you guys then made it like George and Wheezy. Shit.
Oh, God. I mean, yeah.
Just get people to pay you to watch you eat sushi and shit. You got it made in the shade, bro. I'm telling you.
Well, the thing is, I talked to a couple people who just started, under 50 subs, and I can't remember who said it. I think it was Ethan Van Sciver who said, look, you get on YouTube for one of two things. You either try to make it big or you're doing this for fun. And I'm in the vein of I do this for fun. I do this for catharsis.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, it's different for everybody. It is what it is. If you make a business out of it, then you're trying real hard. You're looking at the algorithm, reading it every week, and trying to figure out where you go from, video to video. Which I mean, I commend anybody who does that. Anybody who is trying to make it into a thing. Like, it is not easy. It is a lot of hard work. You're constantly balancing numbers and trying to figure out which videos work for what reasons, what the retention was, and looking at all the analytics and like.
It took him 7 years before he went over like 3,000.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where it's like. Even for us, we just hit it, and it was weird. Like every month or 2 or 3, it was just kind of like just like, all right, we're this number subs, we're this number subs, we're this number subs. I remember, I think it was winter of 2018. It was December 27th, 2018. We had hit, I think, 10,000.
Yeah, I think
10,000
guys somewhere around like the 20s.
Yeah, and so it was surreal to be like, we're at 10,000. I don't know, maybe that was 100,000. It's hard to tell, like. Now with how long it's been, because it's just weird to think that
well, we were the voices in the wilderness screaming that The Last Jedi sucked. I mean,
yeah, I mean, yeah, and I mean, we've all become the ones who are holding Hollywood accountable for their hypocrisy and their bullshit, which I think is good because that needs to happen. I mean, that needs to happen. That needs to happen. A lot louder. And I mean, they're always the ones telling us we're hateful. It's like, no, we're just calling you out on your bullshit. We're not hateful. Trust me. We love the movies you guys did in the 80s and the early 90s. Go back to that, and we won't come at you as hard.
Yeah, I think it was you guys who made me realize that it's not really a topic It's really just like, let's just be honest with everything, which has been great. Like, because I feel like more people need that. I feel like more people need to be honest with themselves, but also like be open to other people's opinions. And I felt like that's what you guys have always been about. Always.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I actually ran into someone today. They were talking about new Trek and said they liked it. And I'm like, dude, that's great for you, but I can't do it. And he was like, you know what? That's totally okay. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You're actually acknowledging the fact that some people don't like it. And he's like, yeah, as long as you shit on me, I'm not going to shit on you. And it's like, you're ahead of the curve for most people who like it.
And that's what a fandom should be like, man. You should be able to have different opinions, be able to discuss them rationally, and just be like, we're both fans of the same show at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, I think most people are like that outside of the internet. If you were to encounter these people outside, people like, once again, you cannot take Twitter as being the way the internet is, or like the way the world is perceived.
No.
You can't do that, because I mean, it seems like, especially now, people are fucking bored. They're looking for just a fight to get attention to do anything, and that's the problem. Is just kind of like, you can't take Twitter to be serious and be the way the world is and the way everybody thinks, because it's not true, and that's not how it is. Because I mean, you ran into that guy, and I mean, I ran into people, and it's just the way it is, man. People are more forgiving up front, and when they're together, just kind of like, you know what, man, we're just trying to get through the fucking day and survive and not die, and pay bills and shit. Like, that's all it really is,
Yeah.
So I mean, you like this, cool, man. I don't like it. No big deal. We're not, we're not trying to kill each other. We're just, trying to consume entertainment and, fucking, live and let live, man. That's all it is.
Yeah. But it's just funny with, I wouldn't even call it a slant to left. I'm talking big kick left. But then you get something like The Expanse, and it's like, okay, we can still do good entertainment. Why aren't we having more like The Expanse and less like New Trek or Doctor Who? It's like, why are you doing this?
Well, because once again, you have like those are established franchises that are getting infiltrated, which is wrong. They're trying to use their popularity power to to be ideological and send a message, which is wrong. But with The Expanse, you already have the message of inclusivity and diversity. It's already in there already. If you watch an episode, you'll understand what it is.
Yeah, it's built in, and it's kind of like Star Trek with like Uhura being on the bridge and no one notices. She's just there.
Nobody cares.
Exactly.
Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
I never thought anything of her being on the bridge. I was like, she's an officer. That's her role. That's where she belongs.
Made it into a thing. They never made it into a thing that Takai was the first Japanese man to be in American TV.
He just was.
In the middle of the Cold War, they had a Russian on the bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chekhov.
Yeah, and I mean, I think right there is what you're describing. What Hollywood used to do. They used to take risks. They used to do these things, but they did it in a way that was Star Trek, where it's like, this is a show that takes place 500 years in the future, where we're all cool and nobody gives a shit. I think that is also the veneer that they went through it on, and like that was the thing that they pushed it forward as. And I mean, even that's an agenda, but they had the veil of Star Trek to kind of be where people were like, oh, we're cool because this show takes place 500 years in the future.
Yeah.
As opposed to things
how we got there. We just
exactly.
Need to know there.
Yep.
Exactly. As opposed to like things like now, like Black Christmas, which takes place in fucking 2019, and it is 2019, and it's just kind of like this woke ass bullshit.
And the fact that a lot of shows or movies where it's like it's supposed to be this faraway world, or it's like Star Wars, or it's like Star Trek, but they're interjecting modern day crap into it. Like when I saw that Picard where the Admiral is literally saying sheer fucking hubris, I'm like, that is not Star Trek.
Yeah, that's one thing. I'm like, me, not a big Star Trek fan. When I heard that line was included in there, like, I have never ever in all my years on this earth ever heard an F-bomb in Star Trek. Like, I mean, never.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where Tilly goes, it's so fucking cool, and I'm like, what?
No, because
Tilly on STD, she's annoying. Ugh.
Well, because I mean,
one episode, I want to strangle her.
Well, because like me, I've only sampled a few of the treks, but I know enough to kind of get through them. But from my understanding is that they're too sophisticated in being far into the future to have that be part of their culture anymore. Like they're way past that.
It's out of the lexicon. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's one of those things that they don't use it anymore because it's not cool. They don't use it anymore because they've grown out of it.
Yep.
well, I mean,
They don't even know what the culture is. So that's one thing about the Lower Deck kind of stuff that is kind of annoying because it does dive into that, but it's whatever. I knew what I was expecting. Like I knew exactly what it was supposed to be when I watched it, but it contradicts itself because it says that, oh, this is what they used to say back in the old day. I'm like, yeah, but you're kind of acting like they were in the old day too, you know? So it's like, it's almost as if Star Trek is in this weird kind of limbo to where they don't even know who they are. They're kind of in that identity crisis.
Is it almost like a contrarian kind of
it's like
Lower
Star
Deck?
Trek 4, when,
I mean, it just sounds like it's kind of trying to be like, well, we're not this, but we are. It's I don't know. It
is trying to do that, but I don't think they're trying to do it that deeply.
Okay.
It really is Rick and Morty is Star Trek. That's really
that's what it looked like to me. It was just like Rick and Morty.
when you watch like Star Trek 4, the one with the whales, where they go back to 1984.
I love that one so much.
So do I. It's one of my favorite ones.
It's so good.
But you see how the crew is like completely and utterly lost.
Of course.
Or the fact that that cop is looking at Chekhov is like, do you know where the nuclear vessels are? And that cop is looking at him and like, are you out of your damn mind?
And Uhura's with him, and he's a Russian, and they're walking around 1984. You know, like that's like crazy. Even back, like even now, looking at that and with the satire of everything, like even now, that's crazy. But like that's what they were trying to get at with that movie. And I feel like
when Kirk goes
that was the most woke movie of Star Trek, even though I like
exactly.
because
I mean, like
it's pretty much PETA, you know. Like,
oh yeah, oh no,
trying to
100%.
save the whales, but like
100%.
I love it. Oh,
it is.
Well, that's just like when Kirk goes across the street and almost gets hit by the taxi. He goes, "Why did you cross your goal, you dumbass?" You see Kirk goes, "Double dumbass on you." It's like that is so great.
Well, I mean, and then like you know, you have you have Scotty like trying to talk into the mouse, and he's like, "Computer, do this," and like trying to create clear aluminum. Like, you know, what the fuck?
So great. I love that one so much.
Oh god, it's so great.
So, it looks. I thought Cleveland was joining us, but I guess he's out for.
Oh no, I'm still here. I haven't left yet, you bastards. I'm still here. Oh shit. Well, look here. I hate to do this, but it's been going on 2 hours, and we're getting a little bit long in the tooth here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So I think this will be a great spot because my experience in show business is you always leave them wanting more, and if you want more of this, you got to come back next Monday night. Because, well, hey, look, it might not be this panel, but you know, these guys we rotate. I rotate through guests, and I have different combinations of the panelists on. So thank you guys for subscribing, man. Hey, Ryan, Nick, Geoff, this has been a kick-ass show. Flipp earlier, he had to dip out, but thank you guys, man. This has been a fucking kick-ass episode of the show tonight. Ryan, what do you got coming up, man? You got anything you want to go ahead and plug? Any projects, anything big coming up on the horizon?
Well, first I got to say this is my first time that I've made it through the whole show. So thanks. I'm glad to be here at the end. At the end of it all, it's as glorious as everybody has said it is. Man, we got a lot of stuff going on. Actually, we got a big show coming up called Skeptics Anonymous, where we talk and dive deep into conspiracies such as aliens and the Illuminati, all that kind of stuff, because my buddy at work has been bugging me like crazy. He wants us to do it, and I'm pretty stoked on it. It's where I put all my editing in and all my editing chops in there, and I'm excited. So we're going to be dropping that soon, and stay tuned for more, I guess.
Excellent, man. Thank you for joining us, bro. You go over and subscribe, Nerdy Blurb TV. Give him some love over there. Be sure you subscribe. Next on, you're welcome, man, and you're welcome back anytime. And like I said, any YouTubers out there, you need an intro package. If you like what you see right here, my logo is the intro. Holler at Ryan over there at Nerdy Blurb, man, he does great graphics, intros, everything, man. He puts it together, makes it look professional, even makes a schmuck and Egyptian like me look good. So
yeah, I gotta say, yours was really fun to do because of the whole Lost kind of theme. I was kind of digging it, and I was worried. I was like, "Oh, it doesn't look exactly like Lost. He might not like it." And then you were like, "This is great." I'm like, "Yeah."
I know
Right.
He sent it to me. He was like, I was so worried you weren't gonna like it. I was like, no, dude. The second I saw it, I was like, that is just like Lost. I'm like, right in the feels. I'm like, I'm rewatching Lost right now for like the 8th time. So I'm like, I fucking love that show.
Okay.
So
with you, man, because I need something that I can put in my videos, kind of like in the foreground, where it's a wolf in a flight suit. Have you played Ace Combat 7?
No, but that sounds great.
I just need, a couple of things where, I have the look where I'm just kind of like standard talking like the wolf, and then I have the one where, I just need some orthos like that, so I can just like put that in like the foreground, kind of like Geoff does in some of his videos for World Class Bullshitters.
The man over here that can make it happen. I'm poking his square. Come here. Stuck my arm all in it.
Yeah, man. Let's send it and we'll run it, bro.
Thanks. I'll have to hook that. Have to hook me up, bro.
Cool.
Nick,
awesome. What do you got? Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh God. Every Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we get on the World Class Bullshitters YouTube channel and we talk about pop culture stuff. We give Hollywood a run for their money because they're hypocritical assholes. So, we try to call them on their bullshit and tell the whole world about how much they're not as woke as they think they are. Yeah.
Sorry, my dog was going nuts. She's fucking barking. There's thunder outside. I was like, oh shit, somebody breaking in. Am I going to get to finally use the AR tonight? Is this the night I get to fucking christen the front door with the fucking some 5.56 rounds? Anyway, hell yeah, going. I'll be working with Nick on Friday night over on Raiders of Lost Flicks live. I believe this week. I will be in attendance. I will not be. I don't have any weddings. So I won't be drunk this Friday night. I'll be there. Well, I'll be drunk, but I'll probably be on the stream with Nick and them. So
all right.
And last but certainly not least, our resident newbie on the show here this week, Geoff the Iron Wolf. Thank you for joining us, brother. What do you got on the pipeline?
In the pipeline, 2 things. I'm actually, now that Clone Wars and all that is over, I'm actually gonna do things I liked and disliked about the Clone Wars, but I'm gonna do more of a deep dive. Like the first video is gonna be stuff I hated about the Clone Wars, and then the next one's gonna be stuff I liked about the Clone Wars. But certain things I did and didn't like. And then I've also just gotten Star Wars Squadrons. I pre-ordered it, so when it goes live, I'm gonna be doing recordings of me playing it, my insights on that. But instead of putting it on YouTube, I'm gonna make it BitTube exclusive because I want to grow over there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because the thing is, if I try to do it on YouTube, I'm going to be fighting so many content creators. But if I throw them up on BitChute and make them BitChute exclusives, I'll probably get seen more over there. So it's still Geoff the Iron Wolf on BitChute. You can find me there. I'm not hard. If y'all need a link, I'll pretty much put it somewhere on my – I'll probably link it in Twitter. I'll link it in Facebook. I'll link it wherever. But – stay tuned for that. I don't know if I'm going to do Twitch live streams. I don't know if my computer can even handle it. It's a little bit old, but I'll see if I can. I might start up the Twitch, but again, I'll be fighting about 30 different content creators for Star Wars Squadron. So, but that's going to be coming up. I think Squadron's launches in October, so I'm pretty stoked for that.
Well, excellent, man. And hey, thank you for coming on tonight, bro. I appreciate it. And this is the first, but it won't be the last time you're on the show. And somebody want to say hi.
Milk.
Oh shit! I don't know what I have coming up the rest of the week. I'm not announcing shit right now because y'all need to go watch a goddamn video I released today, and then maybe I'll release another one if you're lucky later in the week. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? I seem to do better when I release like one video a week and live stream like 4 days. It's like everybody will watch the video I release on Friday. It's like, oh, this son of a bitch been lazy all week. Let's see what he got to say on Friday. But no, I've got something. It's kind of fun. I've been working on. So if I release it this week, cool. If not, I've got 5 or 6 videos sitting in the hopper that are just need to be edited and released. So But yeah, you can catch me. I'll be live tomorrow night. I believe I'm doing a Walking Dead stream either on the men's room or I can't remember the other channel's name, but I'll post it on Twitter. Wednesday night, I'm going to be doing something live somewhere. Thursday night, I'll probably be turning tricks out on the street by then. And Friday night, I'll be in rehab. So I will catch you guys on the flip side. I have been Itep Okuyin of the Place to Be Reviews. I have been here with all the yous, even the Orthodox Jews. And I'm telling you right now, remember, if I don't see you,